Hey, hey. What up, what up? What's up, Sassy and Blonde Gypsy, Kim, Rock Jam, Amber, Tinker, Peggy, uh, just a YouTuber. Just curious what rules I've changed to fit my own narrative, and what self-reflection do I need instead of attacking? I love people like you that make comments like that but can never back it up. So please back it up, because otherwise I can't take you seriously. What's up, Olive Sky? Hey, Carolyn. Carolyn, I thought of you today. What's up, Atticor? I thought of you with Murdoch. I was like, ooh, Carolyn. What's up, Tinker and Gina and Sassy? I think I got you ready. B-Fam. Atticor. All right. Peggy. All right. So here I was, minding my own business. And all right, let me put a disclaimer on this. I'm going to get to the Alene stuff in a minute. I mean, I'm going to get to what I learned today about what I said last night in a minute. But I do want to say, I know some of you guys have short fuses. Please do me a favor and don't get mad at me or judge my opinions until you hear the whole thing. That's all I'm going to ask once we get to the Alene stuff. So before you jump down my throat or unsub because you don't like what I'm going to say or you don't agree with it, just please hear it out. That's all I'm going to ask. Capiche? Capiche. So the other thing I want to say first is someone left a comment on my video or my post that I was writing back to, thank you, Bart, that I was writing back to QB about after her post. So I wrote it back and somebody said Burnt Toast had explained all of it. So I said, all right. So I went over to Burnt Toast. And this is what she wrote. Hold on. I should have had it pulled up a Phoenix called, so I apologize. I'm buffering? Am I really? Amanda, I'm going to get to all that. Hey, Panda. Guys, am I buffering? I hope I'm not buffering. No, not buffering. Okay, good. Where am I here? Hey, Southern Gal. All right. So I guess this morning, maybe. I got to move this so I can see. All right. Why do I have a subscription to the Glare? I just noticed that. Why am I subscribed to the Glare? I don't ever watch him, ever. Who gave me a subscription to the Glare? All right. Glare's giving me subscriptions. I didn't even know it. All right. Burnt Toast. Okay. So Burnt Toast says this was 6 hours ago. Edit. It was BHB's mistake where she added QB's lawyer as hers. It was not the court's mistake. Thanks to those who corrected me. I shared Queen Bee's post below, but I wanted to reiterate this with some upcoming dates and info on their lawsuit and countersuit. QB still has the same lawyer, which she's had the whole time. He has never been BHB's lawyer, which all this we know already. BHB is pro se and has never had a lawyer in the case. There were two things going on here. BHB made an error where she incorrectly listed the lawyer as hers instead of QB's. BHB also made a mistake in her last filing and had to submit a form correcting this to the court. Nothing has changed in this case so far. Now, did Betty do that on purpose, thinking that the courts were just going to remove? Of course I did, Amanda. I did a live. So that the courts were just going to remove the lawyer without question? So then I started thinking, was this some kind of move on BHB's part? So I was like, maybe that was one of her moves. We are still waiting for BHB to submit her response to the counterclaim, which is due December 6th. There is a case management conference on December 12th. We are still waiting to hear BHB to schedule an evidentiary hearing, which has to be done in person. Judge told us to schedule it back in September. It is now almost December. BHB will be deposed either at the end of the year or in 2024. Personally, I think that's a complete waste of fucking money, but that's my opinion. If BHB decides to depose Dolly or JLR, since she's made them the focal point of her counts and claims, she will have to have that paid for, costing anywhere between $3,000 and $5,000 per depot, and scheduled soon. She doesn't need a depot. She could just have either one of them come to court. A deposition is done when someone can't be in court. They don't need a deposition. I think the whole thing is fucking just a waste of money. I mean, what do you need a depo for? She's not a witness. It's her trial. So I could be reading this wrong, but I think this is a complete waste of time and money. Just my opinion. If the case moves to the discovery phase, BHB will have a lot of records and info she will need to provide and submit in detail going back 3 to 5 years, including her mental health records, medical records, financial records, etc., to prove her counts of tort and emotional distress. That is correct. Once this case is decided upon, we move to the counterclaim phase. I hope this clears up the confusion. Okay, so then I said, okay, BT, 2 questions. 1, I totally understand the clerical error with the name, but are you saying that they randomly did a withdrawal of counsel out of nowhere? Because Betty never had an attorney to withdraw. So when would she have placed a withdrawal of attorney on file at all? That's where I don't understand the clerical error part, other than the name. 2, why do we keep writing we? Why do you keep writing we as if this is your personal case? I understand you are keeping everyone updated as you are highly more intelligent than the person who is actually in the case. I'm just curious, though, why you keep writing it as if you're personally invested. 3, is there a reason why no one can show receipts for money raised to date? I mean, let's be honest. If it was me, MGL, Betty, Dolly, you would be screaming from the rooftops for proof of receipt. So someone said the we part is everyone that is keeping an eye on the case. She's explaining that's what we're all waiting on to happen next. So I said I wasn't downing her or anything and was just asking a general question. I'm just not that invested where I would refer to a case I wasn't involved in as we, like, I have something to do with it. That's all. I fully get what you mean, though. And you are all BT's audience, so please do not think I was judging her for that. I was honestly just asking. I thought maybe she was personally involved in it and none of us knew. So someone said, but Laura, you never showed receipts ever. Wasn't you? It's weren't you. Asked for receipts for money you raised for a lawyer. It's funny because I never raised money for a fucking lawyer, Trisha. Fucking moron. You really are showing how much of an obsession you have. None of this is your business. Did you donate? No, well, No sod off back of the one or two friends you haven't bashed in the last couple of weeks. Trisha Kelly, I think Betty is your best friend because you really are an idiot. So what I find funny, though, honestly, truly find funny about that, I actually just read that for the first time. But what I think is funny about that, is it your business? Is it BT's business? None of you guys are in the case, so why is it your business? Bitch, sit the fuck down. All right, so Burn Toast wrote me back and said there was no withdrawal of any kind. He is still QB's lawyer. Someone from the court added him as BHB's lawyer and had to take his name off again to fix the error. Please read the court filing and not only go by the docket title. I am saying we because there's a lot of people who are keeping an eye on the case and are rooting for QB. 3, the itemized bill from the lawyer will be shown at the end of the case when it's submitted by the court. And keep this in mind. Before that is inappropriate, and it's not my place to show. If this were you, I wouldn't be asking for things that could harm your case or the other person's case. It's an active lawsuit. There are things that can't be shown right away. I have always said I would never show things that could undermine QB's case. I wait until the lawyer submits it in the filing, making it public before I review. So I said, fair enough. However, my only question is this. How does showing attorney fees affect the case? And why does he need to submit his fees to the court? He isn't a public defender. It's his money from his private firm. He wouldn't submit that to the courts. If you're referring to what he's going to ask for, that's always mega inflated. So she says, I'm not helping BHB in this part by explaining why. 2, he is offering to show it. This is where it gets really tricky, okay? I was blown away when I read this. I was like, what? Yeah, okay. It's either this one or the next one. He's offering to show it in an affidavit to the judge if needed to satisfy BHB and prove her claims wrong. She's wrong, by the way, IMAO. The bill shown would be the bill. So everything he is already charged QB and not what he estimates for the future. All money from PayPal goes into a trust. It's not going to someone's personal account. Okay, now whether that's true or not, I have no idea. However, check this out. So I said thank you, and yes, we can both agree Betty is not the brightest bulb on the tree. Sadly, what chance she could have had was totally eliminated due to her own narcissism, but I will admit her stupidity is kind of funny to watch. So then it hit me. I said, wait. BHB is demanding a QB lawyer show what he earned? Really? I said, I must have missed that. Can she even do that? How can she do that? It's not her business. So Toasty writes, I reviewed this in my live on Monday. BHB is demanding not only for the lawyer to show everything that he's billed BHB, but also accused him of fraud by calling it a money-making scheme. She spent several pages attacking and accusing him of perjury and purposely not representing the facts correctly as well. See her last court filing? She's batshit crazy. So someone else said, thanks for explaining. Oh, Heather said, thanks for explaining. That area really did make it look like it was QB's lawyer was withdrawing. I had said, oh, wow. Now, I didn't see that. I don't watch all of it. Just time to time, I'll catch the whole thing. Oh, my God, that's too funny. Wow, she now thinks the lawyer's in on something. So ridiculous. Wow. So then, of course, someone had to correct me, highly more intelligent. Who fucking cares? We're not the damn grammar police. So what I personally took out of that and was absolutely blown away, Betty, you just made the dumbest move that you could ever make. I don't think you could be any dumber. The reason being, I don't know if this has been explained before. I don't know if other people talked about this, but I'm semi-familiar with Illinois law. People were talking about, can she get lawyer's fees? But Illinois is really sketchy about lawyer's fees. You know, they feel like people should pay their own. They're not one for giving lawyers fees like other states are. I forgot what it's called, but they run this, you know, it's like kind of like your people's court. You want to bring someone to court, you pay for it. But there are certain things that can change that. One of the things that can change that is shit like this. Betty saying that a lawyer who's just doing his damn job, and that's all her lawyer's doing, just her damn job. Blank screen, don't you have something else to do? Like, just from doing a job. Now he's being accused of running a scam with QB. Now he's accused of perjury, and that him and QB are in on this together. And him and QB are doing this together. Come on, Betty, you just talked yourself into a loss. I'm not that invested in this, you know, trial. So I, you know, hear things here and there, but I had not heard that before. I was like, wow, Betty, you just lost, 100% lost. William, what am I wrong about? Have you tried looking it up? Just saying. I know that everybody here is a lawyer and everybody knows the law, but you might want to just try Google before you come in here running your fucking mouth. Just saying. I mean, don't make me embarrass you and prove it. I'll absolutely embarrass you and prove it. Oh, I'm not right about the attorney's fees? Is that what you're telling me? Please make you look stupid. Please, I'm begging you. Before I block you, please allow me to make you look like an idiot. Exactly, Swendag. The attorney would have nothing to do with scamming scamming QB's people. Now that does fall on QB. I'm wrong. I never gave a definition of a deposition, Patty. So open up your ears and clean them out, because I think your ears are clogged, because you and the rest of your buddies have no idea how to listen. You just run your mouth because you're idiots. But I never once gave a definition of a deposition. Not once. Try again, Patty. Go buzz back to your hive. So I was like, wow. I just didn't know Betty could be this dumb. I mean, that crosses really stupidity. What are you lost on, Peggy? I think Betty has lost her mind too. Yes, BHB is her own attorney. But BHB doesn't need to do depots. She can just bring them into court. Or she can eliminate them as witnesses. I mean, there's ways around it. But considering she's asking for so much money, one never knows. But I just thought that was absolutely funny. Now, as far as the thing from last night, I truly do not know if I'm right or wrong. I haven't seen any documents to prove that I'm wrong, but I haven't seen anything to prove I'm right either. Unlike so many narcissists in this community, I'll be the first one to say if I'm wrong, and I own it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I read it wrong, okay, I'm sorry. But I think I said, no, not I think, I know I said at least 30 times last night that if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'll apologize. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not like these egotistical morons that are like, oh, well, I'll double down instead. No, fuck that. I'll gladly apologize. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't know why people have such a problem with admitting if they're wrong. So exactly, we don't always have to be right. So if, again, I'll say it again right now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I haven't seen proof either way. I haven't seen any proof either way, if I'm wrong or right. I have a weird feeling, though, that it lays somewhere in the middle. But if it really is Betty's error, then I strongly believe that Betty did it on purpose in her twisted, narcissistic mind, thinking that the judge is just going to throw it out and QB will be without an attorney. That's truly what I think it is. If it wasn't the courts, if they're saying it's the, but yeah, Berto said the opposite. Berto said the exact opposite. She even made it a point to say, edit, it was BHB's mistake where she added QB's lawyer as hers. It was not the court's mistake. Thanks to those who corrected me. She said it right there. So it's a matter of what you believe. But until I see proof otherwise, I don't know. That's the coolest thing I've heard a creator say in a minute. You got a good way of seeing things. Thank you, Blind. But I do. Hey, Roses, I really do think that she did it on purpose. It's the only thing I can think of. I agree. The error should have been caught. I mean, well, not so much caught, because if you think about it, these people, hey, Denise, these people don't, whatchamacallit, these people don't do anything more than just input stuff. I don't think they look at stuff. They just don't. QB showed this screenshot. The docket has to be, I already showed the screenshot 100 times. And she gave me a privacy strike on it, which I don't know why, because her full name is all over her money. Her full name is on her channel. So why are you giving me a privacy strike, psycho? I mean, I don't care. I'm just saying. Hey, Rock. So that's honestly the only thing I could think of. Has it been proved that it's an error? No. It's only been hearsay that it's an error. Now, Burnt Toast told me to look up the documents. I haven't even had time. I'm not one to go searching other people's documents. It's not that fucking important. But if I'm sent it, I will definitely look at it. But no matter whose error it is, the fact that you didn't look at the receipt, that proves what's said. What didn't I look at, Dreamer? Tell me what I didn't look at. Yes, Betty is suing QB. Tell me what I didn't look at. Enlighten me. Please. I need to be enlightened by such a wise person as yourself. It takes a few moments to pull it up. Well, we know. All right, let me back up. I said it last night. We know the error is in the name. We know that. But how would they have a withdrawal of counsel without that document being filed? Before it goes on a record, you have to stamp it. So how did they get this withdrawal of counsel without it being filed? That's my point. That's been my point. Okay. I'm on her QB's community post. There ain't shit here. There's nothing here. I'm looking right at it. Oh, wait. I'm wrong. Oh. Okay, we know it's QB's attorney. That's never in question. I mean, this is why I can't deal with stupid people who come in here and act like they know what they're talking about. The part that it's QB's attorney was never in question, ever. We know this. That's not the part that we're concerned with. Okay, once again, that's not the part I'm looking right at it. That's not the part we were concerned with. The part we're concerned with is a withdrawal of counsel. That's the part we're talking about. Withdrawal of counsel doesn't magically go on there. All right, look. What am I? These are her community posts. We already know it's QB's attorney. And he's putting a withdrawal from Betty on record because it hasn't been fixed because it was filed by Betty a while ago in an e-file. It's very confusing. Hey, Chronicles. Chronicles, do you mind if I play some of your video? I'm not going to play all of it. There's just a couple of pieces I want to point out. Problem solved, Denise. It would appear is try to fix this before having to file. Thank you, Chronicles. I'm not. Peggy, you and I are on the same page here. And you have that same respect for me, Chronicles. Hey, Kendra. Hey, Jazzy. She must have been looking in a mirror. Hey, Dazed. Yeah, this just shows about the attorney. All right, so me and Peggy will just be lost forever. It's much easier for him at this point to get it on record and move on. Yeah, I don't know. If Betty filed this, then it was her error since she's representing herself. She took it to the court to be filed and stamped. It would be sloppy work for an attorney to let this happen. I agree. That's at a core. That's what me and Peggy are like standing up screaming. This doesn't make sense. How did the courts file this? Everything that's filed goes to his attorney as well. QB was stated to be BHB's lawyer also, which can happen. It was an error, but it's a legal document, so it has to be legally removed from court. That part I get. But I'm just saying, how did it get through the stamp? Like, it has to be filed. Oh, she's using e-filing. Okay. But he would have got a copy. So, I don't know. It's all confusing. I guess so, Kendra. I don't know if it's been corrected yet, but it does seem very messy and very laxed. But I do wonder if Betty did it on purpose. I'm not kidding. I do. I think that Betty did it on purpose. Q-tip squeaking the ears. Well, it was a big deal last night, Chronicles. But if I was the attorney and some wackadoo accuses me that I'm just doing my job, I think I would work for free just to like destroy her. But that's my personality. I don't know if QB's attorney has the same personality, but I promise you, oh, it is corrected now. Okay, good. But I promise you that shit would never fly with me. I would tell QB, don't worry, I got this. I'm going to destroy this woman. Because you know damn well Betty's contacted the Bar Association. She's probably totally fucking with this attorney, gonna fuck with his life, everything. Like, this is really bad. And I hope that this lawyer is strong enough to come through. Yeah, not only incompetent, just the biggest dumbass I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. In my entire life. There are certain lines you don't cross, and that's one of them. So, like, wow, you are a fucking moron. Total moron. She definitely doesn't know the system. If you're going to accuse an attorney of running a scam, you just don't disrespect an attorney like that. I don't care who you are. You just don't disrespect an attorney like that. You don't disrespect a judge like that. You know, judges were once attorneys. So they're going to demand the same respect. You give lawyers the same respect you do a judge. I mean, that's just fucking whacked. But I don't know. Something in me tells me Betty did it on purpose. So let's move on, though. Hey, Monica. The lawyer's fine. Someone said it was corrected now. No biggie. So again, I apologize. I got no problem admitting that I was wrong. I have no problem admitting that I made a mistake and I read something wrong. Okay, let's move on. I got no problem with that. I also said last night 1,000 times that I could be wrong. You know, there may be an error. I could be wrong. I didn't think I was. I was hoping I wasn't. But okay, I'm wrong. I own it. And let's move on. I don't know why that's so hard for so many people. I really, truly don't. B. Tim said on QB is low. I always apologize. I'm not narcissistic assholes like they are, who's got to double down 100 times. If I'm wrong, I apologize. That's it. I'm not going to melt. I'm not going to turn into an icicle if I apologize. I fucking own it. And we move on. That's it. Exactly, Kendra. They just double down, double down, double down. I was absolutely accept that I was wrong. And I'm not even double checking that people are telling me it's corrected. I'll agree with it. I'm taking your word for it that it was corrected. Okay, I was wrong. No biggie. I was hoping I was right, but it is what it is. All right. So now let's move on. But Chronicles. Alene, you still here? All right, guys, get some popcorn. Since I got permission to play the whole thing, but there are certain things, it's a long video, but there are certain things that I need to point out. So we'll be here for at least an hour and a half. So go get a drink, take a pee, do something. But there's a lot of things that need to be addressed. And one of the things that I want to start out with, Alene doesn't deserve to be the scapegoat for everybody else while everybody else is running off into the fucking sunset. Now, let me also say, I did call Alene out. I will still call Alene out. I think what went down was fucking disgusting. I think what she did was just as vile as what she did in Georgia. But here's the difference. Here's the thing. I'll say it to Alene's face. But all the people that want to say how vile she is with Emma were the very same motherfuckers that were rooting her on in Georgia. So sit the fuck down with this fake ass bullshit, how bad she is. Every single one of you rooted her the fuck on in Georgia. Queen Bee had no problem getting Crystal's information from Blank Screen. Queen Bee had no issues getting Capone's information from Blank Screen, and whoever else she got information from Blank Screen. Blank Screen also gave out information for lots of people, from what I understand, from what I hear, and nobody had a problem with it. And let's go back to Blank Screen's wording. Blank Screen said, basically, fuck you, Alene, and everyone still loves me. Well, right there, guys, said it all. That absolutely said it all. So Blank Screen, headlines, Sinner, Queen Bee are all perfectly fine with each other while they sit there and want to just blame Alene. What kind of bullshit is that? No. And again, I will never excuse what Alene did. However, I am one of the very few that blocked her for what she did in for what she did in Georgia. I blocked her for that. I said, this is fucking gross. And I remember, I think I was talking to Cappy. I said, why are you people rooting this on? This is fucking disgusting. I said, I want nothing to do with this person. Nothing. And I blocked her. And I didn't talk to her for a long time. QB was dropping her PayPal to get money to her. Everybody was rooting her on. Now, in all fairness, Cappy never liked her, did not like her. I'm not them. I'm not going to throw Cappy under a bus because she's friends with QB. I'm going to state the truth. And the truth is, Cappy never liked her and did not support what she was doing. So there's that. However, QB certainly did. She absolutely did. She had no problem with it. She had no problem with getting information from Blank Screen. She had no problem dropping her PayPal. She even sent someone else down there. They have no issues. So now all of a sudden, Blank Screen is an angel. What about what Blank Screen did to Molly? What he's done to me? How he has pretty much screwed up channels. And I'm going to get to the heart of Emmy stuff when I play your video chronicles. There's a difference to you of someone getting info on someone or someone actually going in real life. Yes and no, and I'm going to explain it. There's nothing wrong with getting info on someone that's harassing you, to keep in your back pocket if something should happen to you. If nothing happens to you, then you shouldn't have, thank you, William. If nothing happens to you, then you shouldn't worry about needing that information. If you just randomly want someone's information, no. Like I told Alene, that's 100% wrong. Why did you want the information? There's no reason for you to want the information. So that's where it's different, if that makes sense. Because it really is different, and different reasons of why you would want someone's info. Now, Betty, again, I do not like Betty. I think Betty is a moron. I think Betty is a piece of shit. And I think Betty is a narcissistic psychopath. So keep that in mind when I say this. However, there is a however. If you are going to attack somebody, and I live this, if you are going to attack somebody over and over and over again, you don't know what's going to make them snap. And going on Chronicles video, I'm jumping ahead a little, but Chronicles did an amazing video. Amazing. And it's a perfect timeline. And the one thing that I took out of it, a big thing that I took out of it, is that Betty warned her multiple times to leave me the fuck alone. Well, Headlines didn't listen. Headlines kept pushing and pushing and pushing and acting like, how dare she come after me? Well, Betty had a breaking point. And if you're covering Betty all this time, then you would have to know that Betty's going to go real life on you. She did it to QB. Why wouldn't she? There's one thing to review AMAC. There's another thing to review nonstop. It's another thing to pick out someone's every single breath they take, every move they make. They'll be watching you. If you're not old enough to know where that song comes from, don't know what to tell you. But all bullshit aside, if somebody is telling you over and over and over and over again to leave me alone, just leave them alone. Honestly, just leave them the fuck alone. That's all you need to do. And I've said that more than once. But what I don't understand, and Headlines, I'm glad you're here. What I don't understand, how you are semi-okay with Blank Screen and everybody else, but you absolutely got more mad at me for accidentally showing your picture than you did with Blank Screen, and that doesn't make sense to me. Chronicles, I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I understand where Betty's at, because I have been there, where people make a video about if I breathe wrong, if I move wrong, if I have a booger on my nose. Then there's a video made. There's a video made if I say this. There's a video. I can't be myself. That's what I mean. Betty felt attacked, and I'll be honest with you. We don't know what Bash told her. And I'm not saying Bash told her anything, but we don't know what Bash told her. Maybe her and Bash got drunk together and Bash opened up and told her a whole bunch of stuff. We have no idea. We honestly have no idea. We're taking Bash's word that she didn't say anything, but we still don't know. So, okay, that's the other thing I want to get to. Emmy, you had stated, I watched the live, I wasn't there the whole thing, but you had stated that you didn't know if it was Alene that called. And then later on, you said it was definitely Alene. Now, there are sketchy things, and again, I will take ownership of this. There are sketchy fucking things that I did not like that Alene pulled on the day she was on my panel. Alene has never lied to me. I felt like she lied to me. I felt like she was sketchy as fuck that day. She wasn't giving me the whole truth. There's stuff that she was leaving out, and that pissed me the fuck off. And I got no problem saying that in person. I got no problem saying that right now. But she did. She pissed me off. because she lied. And I knew she was lying. Absolutely knew she was lying. And I don't know why she lied to me. And she avoided things, and it was so blatantly obvious. See, but, all right. I'm not going to argue with you, Alene. Let's watch the video. Because Chronicles has proof that that's a lie. Chronicles has proof that you did this for Betty, which a lot of us thought all along in the first place. We really did. We thought this all along in the first place, that this was done for Betty. And Chronicles did, again, an amazing job, and I'm so happy she's going to let me play it. We're going to review it. And Alene, you tell me what's a lie, because I'm sorry, but I believe what Chronicles put together and the timeline she put together was perfect. Exactly, Amanda. Laura accidentally showed a picture that blank screen had shown, and Laura was so wrong, and excuses made for blank screen. Sure was. All right. Hold on. Now, I have another question about this that I did not even think of at first until I saw this. And then I had a whole bunch of questions. So here we go. And I will drop the link, no problem. How do I go real life? I don't go real life. Do me a favor, B. Tim. Please stop listening to liars about me and learn things for yourself. Just saying. All right.
Emmy was doxxed. The timeline. Page was created specifically with the sole intent to dox Emmy and try to link her to Burn Toast. I will not be showing this YouTube page. The name of the page and content only dox Emmy even further, and it has been removed from YouTube. Alene discusses with Bash the possibility of an interview with Layla Sandinello's father. Alene knows him personally. August 24th, 2023. Emmy is contacted by Brittany, Layla Sandinello's stepmother. They discuss conducting an interview with Emmy and Bash on headstones and headlines. August 30th, 2023. Layla Sandinello's father and stepmom are interviewed on headstones and headlines.
I do have Bash, who is going to also join me for this, so I'm going to add her to the stream now as well. So we have her stepmom, Brittany, who is going to join us. She has agreed to answer questions.
We're not going to give up. We're going to...
Okay. I'm going to put a public service announcement for everybody. For everybody. At first, did I agree with what went on? No, I did not. Betty was working with the mother. So Alene and Headstones and Bash were working with the father and the stepmom. The father and the mother were no longer together. And for some reason, this became a pissing contest. This became Betty getting mad because Headstones had the father on. Why? Too many narcissistic creators in this community think they own a fucking case. If 30 people wanted to talk about the same case, they can. Nobody owns a case. At the same time, nobody should be in a pissing contest, and nothing negative about Betty should have been said to the mother. Betty, like these people contacting, and Alene, don't even deny it because I know you were one of them, contacting victims' families saying how bad someone is, contacting victims' families saying, don't let them work with you. Look, Betty may be a stupid idiot, but she's not going to rob Layla's mom. She's not going to fucking do anything to put Layla's mom, like she's not going to have someone jack her behind and steal all her money. I didn't say you did, Headstones, but I know Alene did. And because you hear it in this video, like her or Bash or somebody, you hear it in this clip. So I just don't understand why someone would do that. I've seen a lot of creators do that, and I don't get why. Unless you think that they're going to murder them or hurt them even more, you shouldn't be contacting a victim's family and saying that you should work with them and blah, blah, blah. It's fucked up. It's right. The proof is here, Alene. I'm going to play it. Hold on. I just want to, react.
We're going to continue to look for her and spread awareness.
Yep, and
No matter what it takes.
What everybody wants to know is, why does Jennifer need to get another PI?
he doesn't,
We don't,
and she's not.
She better not.
She doesn't
she
have
better
any
not get,
intentions.
She better not get another PI involved.
That's
doesn't-
what
my
this
daughter's
money
case.
is.
With my daughter's case, because I've already had one set up.
Well, a certain creator is begging for money to get a PI for Jennifer.
Yeah, well then she shouldn't be.
Well, yeah. Well, I did
I don't
notice
know
that,
what
but
to
it
say. She
switched to
shouldn't be.
reward money though, because they had no PIs lined up. Because I will tell you, there is not many PIs in the state of Tennessee.
Now, I was driving when I originally heard that, but is that true that there aren't a lot of PIs in Tennessee? I have a hard time believing that. And again, I don't know if it's true or not. I never looked it up, but I do have a hard time believing that.
So,
But we
You
are.
cut out for a minute. What'd you say?
oh, I said that there what? Oh, there's not many private detectives in the state of Tennessee. So I know that I knew she wasn't going to get one. That's why she changed her GoFundMe description to reward money now.
Well, the certain creator, they have not tried to contact you, correct?
Not that we are aware of, no.
Okay. That was a question in the chat.
Okay.
No,
Not that we are aware of.
no, nobody has.
But at first we did thank her for her due diligence, in helps of Layla, because we just see somebody looking for, our daughter, and of course we just want to say thank you, and anybody who's active on it.
This whole talk about Betty should not be happening. If this was my daughter that was missing and YouTubers contacted me to talk about my daughter and they're talking about some idiot online, I would be beyond fuming. Beyond fuming.
I think everybody and anybody I've seen post something about my child.
But we were not unaware of who she was, and what her intentions are and such, which is honestly hurtful. And in fact, that we did reach out and did say thank you, and that this is her father, and stepmother thanking her. We thanked her on a YouTube video on Betty's on Bullhorn Betty, and she didn't know. She never replied. She never, in fact, reached out. She never spoke to her. So she could have, but chose not to. And I wonder why she didn't, because the father counts too.
No, Chronicles, I'm very glad that you put this in there because I hadn't seen this before. I don't follow all this.
And if she's about the parents, then she should be about the father
If
too.
she crosses the line, she will meet with my lawyer. Promise you that. If she crosses the line, she will meet my lawyer.
Yeah, I was just curious, and people in chat were curious if she had tried to reach out to you.
No, I have nothing to say to her. I have nothing to say to that lady. For what she said about my daughter, false accusations about my daughter, she's murdered.
Being
She's murdered. I have nothing to say to that lady. And if she says anything to me, I will get my lawyer involved. She'll have big problems.
And if money is being raised towards her and we are unaware of what is being raised, and if it's not going to what it's supposed to be,
my lawyer will take action.
Yes. Because again,
it's about Layla. It's all about Layla.
Mm-hmm.
This interview really fanned the flames between Emmy and Bullhorn Betty. It became Emmy and Layla's father's side versus Betty and Jen Layla's mother's side.
And we shine so much brighter than hate channels. And again, that was a hate-filled interview, in my opinion. And it's very sad because I felt it was very disparaging to Layla. And some people are trying to say that I'm triggered. Trust me, I'm not triggered. I just don't see how it helped. Please explain how. Oh, did they? Oh, wow. And it kicked me off. I subscribed and it kicked me off. I don't know what you're talking about. Weird. But Betty, oh, thank you. And so I just, you know, if you're going to have an interview, why didn't they talk about things that were beneficial? You know,
I can't disagree with her there. I just can't.
people know that we're trying to get a search party together. Why not identifying areas? It really wasn't that type of interview. It was something to insult, yet again, Layla's mother that is really trying very hard to keep her stuff together. Remember, she lives in that town. She's raising her, I mean, she raised Layla. She's raising Layla's daughter. And the best that they've got is to insult her and to try to tear her down. Okay, well, if that's what makes you feel good, I mean, it seems like you guys were pretty proud of yourself for doing that. So shame on you, and shame on putting that father through that. I'm sorry, just shame on you. All you did was cause.
Now, I know typical Betty, she was fucking triggered. I get that. But the thing she's saying, she's actually right. I didn't say you were lying all the time. I never said that. But you are lying about a couple things, and I'm going to prove it.
Cause a lot of hurt feelings between a father and a mother of a missing child. It didn't help anything. And shame on you. Just like, I'm glad that made you feel better. I watched it and my heart broke that you would put this family in that predicament. And every single question you asked, there was no good answer other than to insult the mother. That's it. And shame on you. I don't know what to say. It's sad. But, you know, every day we get to see.
Betty, if you weren't such a narcissist, you would realize that it was about you. They weren't downing the mother. It was about downing you. The same way Tragedy Pimp is Exposed video was geared a lot towards QB, and she's too narcissistic to even realize it. That was pretty funny, by the way. But I digress.
The truth the truth will set you free, right?
September 9th, 2023. Alene and blank screen are texting privately. Emmy's name, city, and state are shared in the exchange because Alene wants to hunt her down.
You said Betty didn't pay you, and that's a lie. Betty did pay you. Or Betty offered you money to go there. There's proof of this. It's coming.
September 13th and 14th, 2023. I independently verified the approximate date of this text exchange. In the text, it references JLR having 12,000 people in his chat. The only 2 days possible were September 13th and 14th, during the manhunt and capture of Danilo Cavalcanti. JLR had a huge number of viewers on these 2 days, being on scene. To my knowledge, that is the only stream.
I know this part I didn't understand. What's the difference if it was September 9th or September 17th, 18th, 16th? Is there a reason why the actual date matters? Because that's the one thing I didn't understand when I watched it.
He has ever had 12,000 people in chat. So even though Alene claims the date of these texts was September 9th, I believe they were closer to September 13th, 14th because of the context in the conversation. This is the stream Alene was mentioning in the texts. JLR got almost 200,000 views on this video and had 10-15K in chat. Also in the conversation, Betty being on her way to Kingsport, TN is mentioned, which wasn't until September 16th. There is no way Alene would be aware of these things on September 9th. They had not happened yet. September 16th, 2023. Bullhorn Betty goes to Kingsport to conduct a search party for Layla Santanello with her subscribers. Bash joined
50 Shades in all fairness, it wasn't Alene. It was QB that got me brought into it, not Alene.
the search and meets Betty.
So we're out here today. We're going to be in the area, just kind of scoping out, because obviously we've got a lot of work between now and tomorrow when we're searching. I don't anticipate this search effort to be really large. Nobody out of town is going to be able to afford to come into town to do the search. So we're going to be reliant. So anybody that's in the Tennessee area that wants to help out,
I laugh when Betty thinks she's like a detective. Like, Betty, sit down. All right, because is there text missing from the 9th to the 13th? Oh, okay. What happened in that time frame? She doxes Emmy, and then what? Is there something missing? Thank you for the clarification.
if you reach out to me at bullhornbetty@gmail.com, I'll tell you where we're meeting. We're going to be meeting at the East Stone Commons. We're going to be meeting by the Creamery, just to get, just as a grounds to get everybody there. And then we'll discuss, once we see how many people are going to be there, we'll discuss what areas.
Oh, here's the, you just reminded me, Swindig or Soulflow. I don't remember who just said it. Let me make this loud and clear. Alene is not fucking stupid. Nobody in their right mind is calling somebody and saying, hi, this is Alene. That's a setup. If anybody can't see that that's a setup, I feel sorry for you, because that is like the oldest setup in the entire world. I don't even understand how people think that Alene's going to call up using her own name. Come on, really? Who really believes that?
Ash lied to Betty about who she was. She came back to headstones and headlines to discuss her interactions with Betty.
Over there probably won't be anybody there because it is just pouring rain. So I looked at the map and it wasn't raining over there. It was everywhere around except Kingsport. I said, well, it's only a 20-minute drive. It won't take me that long. So I even asked Emmy. She's like, well, if it's bad weather, don't go. So I took my shoes off and was going to go back to bed. And I'm like, you know what? I might not ever get another opportunity to do this. So I'm going to go. So I got in the car, stopped and got me some gas and some coffee and hit the road. So I get over there. I'm sitting in the parking lot and Emmy and I are on the phone. And this car pulled in beside of me. And it was a lady and her mom. And they were there for the search. My intention when I went over there, yes, I will admit, it was to meet Betty and to follow her around to see how she actually did a search and, get some footage of her. That was my intention. I'll admit it. I think everybody knows that's what it was. But after those other people showed up and we were talking, we got, after I got off the phone with Emmy, we were talking and we started talking about Layla. And that was the point of the day, was Layla. I'm like, you know what? I am not going to bash Betty today. I'm not going to follow her around to get footage to bash her with. I'm going to go on this search because I want to find Layla. So Betty had pulled in and she asked how she could. She said, are y'all here to search? And we said, yes. And then the next thing out of her mouth threw me for a loop. She goes, are you Bash? And I have to admit, guys, I did something I'm not proud of. I said, no, I'm not Bash. And she goes, well, I heard Bash was going to be here to videotape me. Now, ordinarily, I would not lie. I don't want to have to tell a lie. But when I said that, it wasn't to really lie to her. I just knew that if I said, yes, I am, that it would have turned into a shit show and I would not have gotten the opportunity to go out there and search where we did today. I would not have gotten the opportunity to meet Jennifer, Layla's mom, and talk to her, about specific details of Layla's disappearance. And, talking to her today, I would not give that up for nothing. I felt so sorry for that lady. But anyway, getting back to Betty, I spent, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours with her. She was very nice.
Chronicles, who do you mean, Bash or Alene?
She was very polite. There was no obnoxious behavior whatsoever. She was, I don't know. I mean, there were times we were walking around talking like we had been friends for the past 20 years. And I'm like, you know what? She's not like we see on YouTube. I mean, could it have been an act? Of course. But when she was standing there talking to Jennifer, I could see it written on her face that she wanted to find Layla also. And call me crazy, I don't care. All I know is today, spending time with Bullhorn Betty was very nice. I enjoyed it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to forget that I don't like this lady because today I do. Tomorrow I might go back to not liking her again. And, that remains to be seen. But today I enjoyed spending my day with Bullhorn Betty.
I didn't even understand all of this. Like, this was so weird. Like, why are you justifying it? It was strange to me.
No, she was awesome today.
And
She
Dash,
offered me breakfast. I'm like, this lady's cool.
not
So
to
anyway.
interrupt, but Tiffany said,
These people that talk about my behavior have been subjected to the crap that they subject me to, first and foremost. So I'm sorry if I'm not warm and bubbly for you, okay? But at the end of the day, you don't know me. What you get to see on here is me for 2 hours every single day, who I am, the real Betty. The one that everybody does not want to see is actually a nice person that really likes to help people. And no matter what you say to people, they will not believe it. I had no idea that was Bash there. I can honestly tell you.
For the most part, if someone says I'm such a nice person, don't believe them. Someone asks me about myself, I'm like, I'm a bitch. I'm an evil, wicked bitch. Anyone that's like, oh, I'm so great. No, they're probably not.
We got an inkling that she was there. I call it, you guys know me. I'm just straight up as you can be. So as soon as I got back to be there, first thing I said is, are you Bash? Are any of, and I didn't say, are you Bash? I said, are any of you Bash? But all three of them are like, no. So I'm like, okay, well, thanks for coming to the search. Now, what I really have a problem with people thinking that just because Bash said that she was Bash, like she would have told me she was Bash, everybody thinks it would turn into an S show. No, it doesn't. And our conversation would have been different. Because my conversation to Bash, had she told me she was Bash, is I would have pulled her aside and say, look, this is not the time or the place for bullshit. If you want to help search, I welcome your help. But if you're coming here to bring drama, this ain't place, isn't the time. That would have been how the conversation would have been. This whole crazy thing, the only people that stir up the S show, as you see when we come back, like I found out in South Carolina on my way back here, literally like 7 hours ago, that Bash was truly a woman that was in that group. Now, I'm a little disappointed that she misrepresented who she was. But I can honestly say, I thought she was another person out to look. She was helpful. She was nice. I don't know what else you want me to say about it. The search went on. We were there. She was with us the whole entire time. When she left was when Jen pulled up. Jen was pulling up. We turned the whole crew around and was heading back to Jen because we were going to start changing our search area. And so as we were going up to meet Jen, that's when I guess Bash, I can't even remember what she told me her name was out there. I remember one was Angie, and
Jess, I am, because I'm getting radiation for Christmas. Woo woo.
I can't remember. I'm so exhausted. But all I can say is that everybody was really nice and friendly. That the search, again, we're looking for a needle in the haystack. I'm kind of a little bitter over being lied to a little bit, but at the end of the day, I'm glad she came out. I'm glad she was able to help. I feel really bad for her because I was listening and they had her crying. Like they just totally slammed her for saying one kind thing about me. And you wonder why people have so many horrible things to say about me, because if they don't, they get jumped on. They get freaking just mauled to pieces. And they try to say that's from us, man. Like you just had that lady that went out there to help. She probably will never help in another search for another missing person case again. And these are for her own people and people that say that they care about, really, truly helping. You just stopped this woman that really actually cared from probably ever participating in something like again. And you want to talk about my bad behavior? Okay. And yeah, I come out here because and speak my truth. Because forced to, because you guys won't stop.
And always remember, folks, speaking my truth doesn't actually mean it's the truth. It's just what you believe or what you want to put out. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's the truth.
You're fucking animals. And then you attack a woman that came out there, your own person that you sent out there to spy on me.
When I see her in here, I'll take her off the cookies.
That's going to be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody put together some care package items, and I'll give them to her personally. And just, so whatever you can think of that will totally piss her off, I'm down for it.
And then you attack her because you didn't get the narrative that you wanted. While I appreciate Bash being a courteous person, I just think the element of coming there to basically spy on me was poor judgment. And you talk about my bad behavior. When have I ever stopped you and showed up at your anything? I forgot you guys actually have to get off your ass and do something. Yes, I hate to break it to you. In person, I'm a nice fucking person. On here, when my back's against the wall every single frick day, yeah, you don't get that person from me. And had Bash told me who she was, she wouldn't have seen that either, because I would have been a hell of a lot more reserved. I would have watched what I said. I would have watched how I acted. Leave that. But anybody that sits there and supports somebody showing up to stalk somebody, fuck you, and fuck you. And if you have a problem with it, fuck you some more. Now click that, you fucking bitch.
September 23rd, 2023. Bullhorn Betty aggressively comes into Emmy's live stream to confront her in the chat.
This was Betty from this morning, and it's a very short live.
Good morning. We are having technical difficulties.
No. What?
Got her. She got you.
Hold on.
I
Hold.
wouldn't want people to see that either if I were her.
Oh, but Betty, I screen recorded it.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, hey, Betty. I'm not spreading misinformation. But thank you for joining me. I'm like starstruck. I'm really glad you're here.
Okay, here's my question. And this goes to everybody. We know Betty's a liar. We know Betty's a fucking psycho. We know Betty's a piece of shit. We get all this. But do we know Betty's not suicidal? No. Do we know if Betty is a complete fucking whack job? No. Has anyone studied? I mean, we know she has a short fuse. We know she beats people up. We know she does drugs and gets drunk. We know all this. But we don't know if Betty's at a breaking point. If somebody was depressed all the time, someone was suicidal, and you knew they were suicidal, would you keep pushing? No. In my opinion, Betty just reached a breaking point. She couldn't take it anymore. She was tired of all these people making videos about her. She just couldn't take it anymore. I have said this about myself, that I am just sick and tired of people making videos. This was, going back a couple of years ago, that every day there's 15 people making fucking videos. It gets to you after a while. It really, truly does. The difference is they were lying about me. Nobody's lying about her. But my point is, you don't know someone's breaking point. You don't know what they're going to do. And I was going to say that too. Betty is uneducated. Betty seems to be my favorite word lately, but Betty is pure and utter lowlife. Betty has, exactly, Bless. You went through it. You can relate. You know I went through it. So Betty doesn't have, in my opinion, the coping mechanism to deal with it. So she just lost her shit. I don't blame her for that. I know what it's like. And I feel what that's like. Oh no, she's a lowlife at her core. Anyone that beats up men is a lowlife. Anyone that beats up anybody is a lowlife. Plain and simple. But when you see somebody is getting to their breaking point, just leave them alone. Hey, Jenny, just leave them alone. And I've said this before, and I am no Betty fan. And just like tonight, every once in a while I'll make a video about Betty, but I don't do it night after night after night after night. Or every single video is about Betty. That's a money grab from creators. Betty, just like I was at one point, Betty brings in money. Betty was making these people a shitload of money, just like Michelle Sabati was. So that's where it's hard to, well, we were just doing reviews. Yeah, you say you're just doing reviews, but it's really more than that. I know you're saying, but you got subs. You definitely made subs out of it. Danny, why would I give a fuck if Queen is at her breaking point? Do you see me making videos about Queen attacking her personality, attacking her day after day after day? No. I see it on her channel. I see B. Tim running his mouth about me every fucking day. So yeah, carry on, Danny. Go buzz your way back to the Hive. Because honestly, I don't give a fuck about QB. Sorry, I don't.
Betty's in chat. Betty, I'm glad that you're here because now I will stop saying that you think I'm burnt toast. And that's all I needed to hear. So thank you.
I can see the two of them kind of having similar accent, but to think that one is the other is just the dumbest thing I ever heard.
You're not a bad person. You make bad choices, in my opinion. And you're right. I don't know you. So I don't know if I would like you or dislike you. I just don't like some of the choices that you make. There's a huge difference in that. Huge. Really, I mean, Betty, if you're still here and you'd want to come up on panel, I will email you the link, even though you told me not to contact you anymore.
September 26, 2023. Alene leaks private texts between herself and Queen Bee to the YouTuber Penny Pumpernickel.
Hey guys, so this is just a really quick video. I wanted to show you a couple of things. She's getting called out for it now because she kicked Alene to the curb, and Alene has all their conversations together, obviously, in her phone. So
September 27th, 2023. Bullhorn Betty admits for the first time that Alene has contacted her, and she is getting information from Alene about other YouTubers.
Things are coming out, and you guys are going to see this. Actually, there was some things that were uncovered and are still being uncovered about what took place, and more importantly, why. Because that is the problem that is not developing or making sense. The why factor. Why was I targeted? Why were the people around me or associated with me targeted? And why were we being stopped and followed and recorded without our knowledge? Their dirt is going on right now, and they shovel it under the rug, and then we see these text messages that she's doing them. And her crew, the people she elicited to help her with this campaign to take my channel out and clearly to try and attempt.
Okay, as far as I know, you're not MGL. I don't remember there ever being a campaign to take Betty's channel down. And correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't ever remember hearing past, present, or future about someone trying to take Betty's channel down. They need Betty. They need Betty's channel up because why do they need it up? They have to. They already lost Molly. Who the fuck are they going to review every day? So I'm not bringing in money or anything to anyone. So they need Betty. So yeah, I don't believe that anyone was trying to take her channel.
To take other channels out. A lot of stuff is coming out. A lot of stuff I didn't know. I mean, I knew some of it, but there's a lot more that none of us really did know. I don't think unless you're in this group, this behind the scenes group, you won't know. So there's only a select few people in this behind the scenes group that has been percolating all this. When we were in the process of the cease and desist, she's behind the scenes watching another creator, physically having people watch it. And his girlfriend. That's not okay. I don't know who thinks that that is okay. That guys, that is not okay. That That's mental health issue behavior. That is flippin' insane. Stalking people you can go to jail for. You are not a licensed PI. You can't put trackers on people's vehicles.
Can someone explain to me what the fuck she's talking about? Oh, MGL, BHB, Justin, Veda, and you. They did Twitter classes on cancel culture. Yes, I do remember that. You're right. But that was a long time ago. Yeah, no one wants to track her. I thought the same thing.
When you all stop breaking the law, then you can worry about my business. But let's put your own house in order first. Okay? Let's get your problems taken care of first. Because it's pretty hypocritical. You guys having all this chaos going behind the scenes that's now being exposed publicly, but you still want to point about something that happened almost a year ago. And there's some blank screen. There's a blank screen one. That's Alene. She can't change her name for like a week, so I've unblocked her. All these people have to hide, and they have anonymity. Why do they attack other people and expect to maintain their anonymity? You don't get to do that. If you want to be anonymous and you want to cover true crime, or you even want to cover bad behavior, nobody's going to try to unmask you for that. But when you go and start stalking people, and somebody even said Betty never shows receipts. First of all, I am the receipt. And believe it or not, everything you're seeing unfolding on YouTube right now are my receipts.
I would like her to say that to the judge. I'm sorry, Your Honor, I am a receipt. Okay, Betty.
And had you pulled your head out of your ass for 5 minutes and actually looked at what I was saying instead of just being so quick to call me a liar, you would have found it a long time ago. All this stuff was done behind the scenes where I had no access to those actual receipts, but I knew it was happening. You're the ones that chose to go behind the scenes and follow people and stalk people. And now all that's coming to light and everybody's like, oh, she did it behind the scenes. Oh, okay. So doing dirty behind the scenes where nobody can see it, that's even more reputable now than.
I'm not sure if she's talking about Queen. I don't know if she's talking about Alene. I have no idea who she's talking about because it covers a lot of people.
Owning it, right? Taking accountability. Oh, it's funny how people can take accountability when they're busted. When they're busted. More will come out. More will come out. More will come out. And
October 2nd, 2023. Bullhorn Betty doxes Emmy's legal name for the first time and calls her a see you next Tuesday.
this is getting bad. This is Betty.
Yes, I have a question about you putting down head.
I don't have time for you. This is my show. We're talking about a missing child, not your petty bullshit. Do you understand that? And here, let me make this very clear. Headstones and headlines can go fuck yourself. Okay? She's destroying our children in this country. So if you want me to talk about putting someone down, there you go. I don't have time for her. We talk about true crime here, not drama and bullshit. Take your petty ass shit someplace else. Nobody gives a damn about that little girl, okay? We care about this child that's missing. If you don't like me.
What little girl does nobody care about? I don't know what she was talking about. See, but SoulFlow, this is what I hear frustration in this. I don't hear a mean person. I hear frustration. And maybe it's just me that hears it, but that's what I hear.
Putting down headstones and headlines, then get the fuck off my goddamn channel. We talk about true crime over here. Anybody here that is not for true crime, leave the fucking chat. Have I raged enough for you yet? Leave the fucking chat. We don't have time for your bullshit. A 9-year-old girl's life matters. You fucking idiots. Now, do you feel like a 9-year-old child that's been abducted deserves a little more airtime than a stupid teacher? If you do, put a fucking one in the goddamn chat. Now headstones and headlines, get your fucking clickbait. Go make your fucking money, you fucking cunt.
Okay, now the clip said that she doxed Emma. She never doxed her. She called her headlines and headstones the whole time. That was one of the points I wanted to bring up. I just heard frustration on a bad day. And again, I do not like this woman. I think she's a fucking asshole. But I don't see it the way others do on this. I see someone that maybe woke up on the wrong side of the bed that day and got really fucking mad. Oh, did she? She called. Oh, I didn't catch that. I just heard headlines and headstones. My bad. I heard she doxed her Morbid's live. But I'll be honest, I never heard it. I still haven't heard it.
October 4th, 2023. Bullhorn Betty sends Emmy a threatening email.
The path of taking our power back, right? So we're going to take our power back. So I sent a cease and desist letter to a particular.
Okay, and again, it was not a cease and desist letter. It was a threatening email, in my opinion. And I am going to read said email, and I will edit it a little bit just because there are obviously legal names in the email. So again, this is from Bertha to myself. Dear Emmy, aka Headstones and Headlines. If you think you're going to make me the pun of your jokes, you want to humiliate me under the guise that you're reviewing me day in and day out, I'm done. This is ending today. Here's what I'm going to do. If you do not stop, I'll file a complaint against you. I will be initiating a lawsuit not only against you, but the district and school you're employed by. I've had enough, and if you truly want to see just how over it I am, you continue what you're doing. This is your last and final warning, and I don't care if Burnt Toast comes after me because she won't be able to help you. Again, I don't want to cause you problems or financial issues, but it's time to move on and find someone new to review.
Okay, right here becomes an ego thing. Because if this was me, and I know everyone's their own person, but if this was me, I'd be like, all right, enough is enough. Not because I'm so worried about it, not because she won, but my family, my friends, my teachers, my students, they don't need this bullshit. So I'm done talking about Betty. I would stop. I wouldn't log off. I would just change subjects, change people. But, some people, this becomes an ego thing. Oh, you're telling me to log off. Well, now I'm going to poke the bear even more. And then wonder why Betty snaps. And that gets lost in all of this. When someone tells you to stop, just fucking stop. And I'm not saying that directly to you, Headstones. Fucking Queen Bee's being sued for the exact same reason. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not you directly. It's a lot of people. When same thing with Bert. Fucking Betty tells you to stop. Anybody, not just Betty. Anybody tells you to stop. Just fucking stop. Leave them alone.
It's over. Move on. Respectfully, Bertha. In my opinion, that is not a cease and desist letter. That is a threatening email because there was nothing, appropriate in my opinion, based on the cease and desist letters that I have seen.
October 6th, 2023. Emmy files a police report on Bullhorn Betty. We're saying she is coming to Emmy's hometown for business at 3:06 p.m. Bullhorn Betty has multiple aggressive rants about Emmy over the next few weeks.
I'm not even gonna address it. Get the hell out of my chat. I literally can't stand you fuckers. I really can't. You guys, if you want to hate someplace else, but it doesn't matter. Emmy, I just want to let you know it's your people that just brought your ass down. So you can take that to the bank. I'm done with you. I'm done with your people. If you wanted to shut them up, you could have. You chose not to. You can pay the price.
Whose addresses are they doxing here? We know it's not Emmy's, but whose address are they doxing here? Do we even know, Chronicles, whose address this is?
for that. Now you fuckers can come after me. But I'm definitely taking some people out on the way out.
Now, just for that comment, I want to explain it. And again, I'm not sticking up for Betty. Oh, that's Five Below. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Oh, Five Below address. I didn't follow the case, so I didn't realize it. But people, I know I heard people say, oh my God, Betty said she's going to kill everybody. No, I've said that those exact same words. If they got me kicked off of YouTube, trust me, I'm taking people down with me. So that's all Betty was saying. Oh, this one, she pretended Layla was. Oh, okay. I gotcha. That was the address of the sighting 8 hours away from where Layla went missing. All right, gotcha.
You got people on here, and this is going to be my complaint for the day because it's so stupid. It's so stupid, and it's so hypocritical, and it just drives me up a wall. So we have a specific creator that has talked horrible about me. She's got a small channel, very, very limited views, and always about the tragedy pumping and the exploitation of families and all this other stuff. And wouldn't you know? And I'm sure she did it on the backs of talking crap about me to get the interview. But wouldn't you know that Layla's stepfather.
Can I just tell you, I was listening to this in the car and I wasn't watching. I thought this was Mallory. Like, without seeing it, I really thought it was Mallory.
Or sorry, Layla's father and stepmother are on her channel. Her channel. At the last time I looked, had like literally 200 people in the live. Okay, and that is the most that girl is going to ever be able to do to help this family get any attention for this case. Is that 200 with that little tiny 1,000 views? And it's just all this stuff about me and how it's tragedy pumping. I don't get it because you just did the same exact thing. You just put a family up on your channel for financial gain, by the way, financial gain. You're not even really helping them, nor would you even get off your butt to go out there and help search for their daughter. It's just a money grab for you to put them on your channel. And that is what's so despicable and so hypocritical about these creators.
November 21st, 2023, Emmy sends Bullhorn Betty a cease and desist letter. November 22nd, 2023, during Bullhorn Betty's morning stream, Alene writes in the chat that she is in Emmy's town, in New York, in Emmy's small village, and says the name of the bar Emmy goes to.
Okay, question I have one is, how did Alene know what bar Emmy goes to? Secondly, how would she know if Emmy's going to be there that day? Anyone have that answer? I would love to know, because that's one of the first things that Alene said to me, is that how am I supposed to know she's going to be there that day? She had a point. So I'm just wondering, since I don't follow all of it, am I missing something? Is there a reason that Alene would have known that Betty was there? All right, not Betty, that what her name was going to be there. Oh, did you, Audacity? Yeah. Oh, Emmy said it on a live stream. Okay. See, a lot of us, I just want to say, a lot of us that don't follow everything, thank you for like other people knowing, because many of us don't follow any of it. We just get like bits and pieces. Okay, Alene, if you're still watching. Oh. All right.
Of the bar Emmy goes to.
So, Alene wrote, Bullhorn Betty, I just made it to blank, blank, New York. This is a little village more than a town. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me hide that. Right here. This is a little village more than a town. So she wrote in Betty's chat that she was in Headlines Town. Same text. And she said something boo. I don't know what she wrote. I don't know what that is. Maybe her full name, I'm guessing. I can't tell if that's an E or a B. So we're going to go with that. Oh, it's your legal name. Okay. So Alene put her legal name in Betty's chat, signing to Betty, hey, I'm here. Then she said, Andra, I'll go with I think these are backwards maybe, but I'll go with you to New York. Shoot, I just drove 4.5 hours to get to her town again to see a friend. There's nothing that will make me believe that Betty didn't know about this. I'm sorry, but nothing. And this is where, hey, Pearl, this is where I say that Alene lied to me. This was planned. That's same text. That's not X out too well, by the way. Okay. I'm meeting a friend tonight at the so-and-so in so-and-so, New York. This is a tiny little village out here. So she says it again. Yeah, you may want to, Chronicles, you may want to X this out more because I can read it. This is a tiny little village out here.
Emmy goes to the bar Alene had named earlier in the day with her friends. Bullhorn Betty doxes Emmy's name again on Morbid during her interview. Alene was in the chat also doxing Emmy along with Betty.
Quickly, headstones.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I had no idea. So Alene was also doxing during this live? See, I had no idea.
I don't know if you're familiar with this individual, but they put in a super chat, and it's not even a Q&A
She's
session now.
compulsive about me and tries to act like I'm obsessive compulsive.
Let's not even go there. Let's not even go there.
Chick, I don't like you. I don't know you, and I could care less of whether you know. I just
She
don't
just said,
care.
"Did you get her cease and?"
Tracy, let me tell you something. All right. I'm sorry that you are snowballed. Betty did not do this to Queen Bee. Queen Bee did this to herself. Queen Bee is the one that would not leave Betty the fuck alone. Queen Bee is the one that stalked Betty. Queen Bee is the one that sent people to stalk Betty. So let's get off this high horse, poor Queen Bee. No, Queen Bee's actions is what caused this lawsuit. Let's call a fucking spade a spade. I'm so sick and tired of these QB ass kissers that are so fucking blind that they can't even see what really happened. Betty didn't come up with a lawsuit out of nowhere. Correct, headstones. That's what I'm saying. I didn't realize that because I never saw this before. I watched like 10 minutes of this interview. I couldn't watch anymore. I agree, Bless.
Desist on slander.
No, I didn't. And if you ever sent me a cease and desist, I will be in your town with my freaking bullhorn and a sign because you know damn well you have targeted me and talked shit about me, and I don't talk shit about you at all. And if you really want me to, I can, and I can do a hell of a lot to you if you want to push the issue, because what you've done is wrong, and you're nothing but a bully, and you're a psychopath teaching our children.
Fair.
And let me say something else. If Betty would have had an attorney, if she was smart enough to get an attorney, QB would have lost 100%. But Betty's too narcissistic. QB is not going to win. Neither one of them are going to win. It's going to get thrown out.
Fair enough. And you know what? I didn't even want to go there. Okay, because since she injected herself,
all she tries to do is get attention for herself because nobody wants to pay her any attention. She's got psycho issues.
Did you?
That's why she's getting abused, verbally abused by Sinner on a daily basis.
Would you say you doxed her employment wherever she works and all this stuff? Like,
first of all, you want to come? I owe nobody a duty of privacy here. I owe nobody here a duty of privacy.
You know what, though? She's right. She doesn't owe anybody privacy. None of us do. But there's something called mutual respect. This is what I was fighting with Morbid about. There's something called mutual creator respect that there's certain things you just don't do out of respect for someone else's family, someone else's job, someone else's something. So to say that you don't owe anyone anything, you're right, you don't. None of us do. I don't owe privacy to anybody. Hey, TM, I don't owe privacy to anybody, but it's mutual respect that you do that. And let me rephrase it. I do owe privacy to candle customers. So I'm just talking YouTube creation. I don't want one of my haters to twist and be like, see, she's going to dox all of you. No, I'm just talking YouTube, YouTube wars. It's human decency. It's creator decency. So she's right that she doesn't owe anyone, but you give other creators mutual respect regardless. That's just me.
If you want to maintain your privacy, this is the best way you can maintain your privacy. Leave me alone. Right? I mean, I'm not coming after you. So the only way I would even look under the hood to find out who you are is if you're saying shit about me. So
did you ever mention her workplace and all that stuff?
If I really wanted to, I could say work all day long.
Okay.
And what are they going to
do? How did you get to that point where you just like fed up and just like, this is bullshit. I'm just
Look at it. 2 years later, what do I do wrong? I sit at home. I talk about true crime. If you don't like it, change the channel.
So what did this individual do to you? Headstones.
No, hold on. Being a bully to justify, you're trying to bully. You're saying I'm a bully. So you decide to engage in bully activities for 10 months because you think I was a bully in front of somebody's house 10 months ago. So when that
are you talking about Gabby Petito?
No, I'm talking about Quentin Simon. That stopped, why didn't the rest of the nonsense stop? Because I haven't done anything. I've been home for almost a year. I haven't been out. I barely ran any cases. So what is their real problem with me now? So I'm not out there with my bullhorn. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm staying home. I don't go anywhere. I mean, they've got me in a fucking box. So what's the big fucking problem now?
Okay.
What's the problem?
Why I don't know. I mean,
why? Burp,
there
can
you
you
go.
explain that to me? Why? 2 years? You got nothing better, and you call yourself a content
2
creator?
years.
2 years? Go to her channel.
And
What else?
Okay,
She's
so
been
people
making
are
money
claiming,
off of
well, okay, so you doxed her because you got that. I mean, what does she do to you that justifies whatever you felt like this is what you needed to do
I do
to
not
put
owe
out there?
anybody. Let me just put this out there, and you guys can hate me and be mean and nasty and come with pitchforks and do
I want
another
you to be
2 years.
real. That's
2
what
years
this is
of
about.
nonsense if you want to. But let me tell you this very clearly. I owe nobody a duty of privacy on here. If you want your privacy to be kept, then leave me alone. I don't do anything. If you don't like what I'm doing,
I
go
get
find
that point.
somebody that you like. Why beat up my ass? You know, there's so many other creators out there that do terrible things like Turtle Boy that actually got arrested for doing what you say I should be arrested for.
Turtle Boy.
I acted in a lawful manner. He did not. But you wouldn't know that.
Has she doxed you, Headstones?
Everybody's doxed me. I'm sure
She's not wrong though, guys. She's really not. I'm not saying with Headstones. She's not wrong about, Turtle Boy and people coming after her. Enough is enough.
posted something, but she ran away and cleansed her account and
So
all that
Betty,
other stuff.
walk me through it. Like, why did
I'm not going to walk through it. She's not worth my time. I don't pay attention to her, and I'm not going to engage in her.
Okay.
I do not watch her. I do not want to talk about her. I want nothing to do with her. She is the one that's obsessed with me, and I think it's wholly unhealthy. I think that she needs to go find some help for herself, and I do not want to exploit her mental illness or whatever she's going through. I want to talk nothing about her. I do not watch her. I want nothing, literally nothing to do with that.
Not for nothing, Betty. She's a teacher. You're a loser. So who's the one with the mental illness? Who needs help? Somehow I'm leaning towards you, Betty. I'm sorry, but I know as a teacher, you have to take psychological exams. And yeah, I really don't think she's the one with the mental issue. Just saying.
That woman. I think she has some major, major problems. She can't even control her own behavior. I want nothing to do with her.
All right, so we're going to drop that. Chronicles of Narnia. Go ahead. Thoughts? I'm sorry, Chronicles of Olivia. Your friend, is it?
That's Chronicles of Olivia.
Olivia.
This is a problem, Alene. I'll do it again tomorrow. In fact, I did it this morning as well. What are we going to do about it? This, Alene, is why you are a scapegoat. This is why people can't fucking stand what you do. This is not a pissing contest for you. This is not let me love, let me have Betty love me more. This is fucked up. He just said he wasn't removing it and put on your big girl panties. That's fucked up. Alene, you're 100% wrong. 150% wrong. And honestly, I can't support that. I can't. I can't defend it. I can't support it. It's fucked up. It's very fucked up. Oh, you didn't know that was her? Yeah, that's her.
November 23rd, 2023. Someone claiming to be Alene calls Emmy's parents' house at 9:14 p.m. Emmy files a police report on Alene at 9:39 p.m. November 25th, 2023. Morbid receives an anonymous email containing leaked texts between Alene and blank screen.
Now, I received this anonymously.
Personally, I could be wrong. And I didn't say it on my other stream. I believe it was Bash that sent him to Morbid. Call me crazy, but that's what I think. Alene swears it wasn't her. It was either Alene or Bash. Unless it was blank screen, but somehow I don't think it was. But then again, it could have been. I don't know.
And I actually redacted this screen. I don't know who the hell sent it to me. Let me know, who is this blank screen character? And is he or she good friends with headstones and headlines? Yeah, I have receipts. Somebody sent it to me. Because you want to talk about who started all of this? Who's the culprit in doxing you, headstones? Take a looky here. And you know what?
Yep. How did you get the same messages? Why would you get those messages? I don't get it. Yeah, whoever sent them got them from Alene. He just became besties with BHB the night before, and Alene and Betty. Oh, I gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
I did the Asian scrub on this one to protect your name. Well, this blank screen character of all people. Oh, wait until you get a load of this. It's boom, drop the mic, baby. Now, this is a text message exchange between blank screen and some lady named Alene. And I believe Alene is the lady who got, I don't know, beat up over the head with, or the arm by Dolly Vision. I believe it's the New Jersey lady. Okay. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not really in this deep. Somebody sent me this and I found it interesting. They're like, you doxed? Okay. Well, this blank screen guy is having a conversation with Alene. And it says this. Tell me about it. I pay a lot of money to stay at a motel. Poshmark has been slow. So I guess he's in the Poshmark business. He's a reseller. And he says, I still need Emmys. And that's not doxing anyone because she calls herself Emmy. Calm your horses. I hope I don't get another privacy complaint. I still need Emmy's name. Why? Why black screen? Or blank screen? Sorry. I don't know these people. Forgive me, I don't know. I still need Emmy's name because I'ma hunt her down. God damn it. God damn it. Okay. Oh, it gets better. Look at what Alene does. Or I think it's Alene. Or no. I believe the blue thing is Alene. I think I'm reading it wrong. Am I reading it? Thank you so much. Okay, so the blue, what I just read is Alene. So I guess Alene has a Poshmark business. So that's Alene saying, hey, I need Emmy's name because I'm going to hunt her down. What is blank screen? This man or woman? I don't even know who he is or she. Emily, blah, 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 blah. Clearly, I doxed it. Or doxed it. I redicted it, is what I was trying to say. Emily, last name.
Guys, before I forget, I want to thank the few people that sent me Cash App, and I got 3 PayPals. I want to thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget, you can always use the Super Chat button too, but I do appreciate the Cash App and PayPal. Winston won't shut the fuck up. Stop. Ah. One thing I do want to say, which goes back to before, is, hold on, let me shut him the fuck up first. All right, is this is not all on Alene. This is what I keep trying to say. Everybody wants to put this all on Alene. She wouldn't have had this information without blank screen. She would have never had it. So let's put the blame where the blame really belongs. Blank screen. This would have never happened either if QB didn't how do I say this? Okay. If QB didn't cover for blank screen, and I'm not blaming her, but if QB didn't cover for blank screen and she outed blank screen the way she outed Alene, none of this would be happening. So let's not make Alene the fall person. Alene did fucked up shit, but she wasn't alone. She never acted alone, and she couldn't have done this without the help of others. So let's put the blame where it's equal. I personally am most mad at Alene for lying on my panel, but that's a personal thing. That's just a personal thing. But in all of this, blank screen is just as guilty, if not more guilty than Alene. Just because someone stays behind the scenes, that doesn't make them less culpable. And she's not a content creator, correct?
Which I've seen already, but I went through the trouble to make sure it's redicted. Emily Blank, and she.
Allie Joe, I'm going to address you because I love when people are so dumb. This is why you're a Hive member, because you're just this dumb. So I'll speak slow so you understand. And I'll even give you a metaphor. It's not bright outside until the sun comes up. Okay? So I know you probably don't understand my metaphor, but let me explain it. Up until Sunday or whenever she was on my panel, she hadn't lied. I had never caught her in a lie. She had always been honest. Then on Sunday, something wasn't right. And I caught her in a lie. And I told her, I don't believe you. I think you're lying. So I did not believe that she ever lied to me before Sunday. But Sunday, she lied. And I busted her out and I called her out on it. And then I proved it tonight. So I understand you're a B and you're not that bright. So maybe you should just buzz back over to where you belong, where you can be manipulated and they don't speak with much intelligence. That's probably where you're better off. Just saying.
She's from blank blank. The city was in there and the state was in there. Her record, talking about Emily or Emmy, is clean. That's all I see.
She very well may have headlines. I just didn't know.
But this stays right here. It goes nowhere. Actually, like you don't even know. Act like it. Okay, Alene? Warnos? Mic drop. Who's the one that's doxing you? Well, it sure looks like it's this guy named Blank Screen or this chick named Blank Screen. You're welcome. I gave you what you needed. And then, thank you. Alene Warno says thank you. JLR has 12,000 watching. BHB, Bullhorn Betty, is on her way to Tennessee for sure. So now you know the timeline when Bullhorn Betty went to Tennessee.
November 26, 2023, Alene gives an interview on PURPLEXEDQT. Alene admits Bullhorn Betty knew she was going to Emmy's town.
So you were in BHB's chat. New York the day before. Ann just said to me, be safe, because it was going to rain and everything. Be safe. Let me know when you get there safely. I don't have a phone number for her. So she was in chat. She was on and I left her a message. I don't have a number. Now I have a number for her. I didn't then. So she said, let me know when you get there safely. I said, okay.
Sinner, she did not admit to calling. She did. You're welcome, Peggy. She did admit to being in the same town, but I don't think that was ever questionable. But I do not believe she's the one that called, and I'll tell you why. Why would she give her name? And that's what everyone keeps saying, that she gave her name. I don't believe that. If you're dumb enough to give your name on a live, I mean, when you're making a call to someone, if you're dumb enough to give your name, then you deserve to be arrested.
And I said the town I was in, where I was going for, and that was it. And then I left. I wasn't in her chat. Why would Blank Screen go after Emmy or Betty? He's not going after Emmy. So why did he look up her info months ago when the only person that Emmy ever talked about was Adam Filmia? Okay. And there was a channel put out with Emmy's information, her real whole first, middle.
Why was there a channel put out with Emma's information? The only person Emmy spoke of was Betty. So it's obvious it came from Betty. I mean, I don't think this is like rocket science.
And last name, okay? And all her information and pictures of her town, okay? I'm not even saying her town yet. I could be a bitch and say, oops, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. No, not saying her town. Anyway, pictures of her town and whatnot. How did I know this? Like Screen told me. That's how I know this. So if it's not true, Emmy can say that's not true. If it is.
Okay, now we kind of know that's a lie too, because she sent burnt toast, not burnt toast. She sent Blank Screen the pictures. The pictures didn't come from Blank Screen to her. It went from her to Blank Screen.
True, Emmy. Because me and Emmy never talked about this. And I just started really talking to Bash every day just recently. So she never gave me no information on Emmy, ever. In fact, I got pictures of Emmy that, by the way, I'm sorry, Emmy, you say you were hot.
Oh, see, I did not know that. I didn't know that. That that channel was out before I started reviewing Betty. So, hey, Blank, so it came from another community? So she had issues in another community?
Hot in them, you have a cold sore on one of them. I'm sorry, it's not hot. But anyway, it is what it is. So I sent them to Bash. I said, I know what Emmy looks like. She's not, I said, yes, I do.
Okay, you say people give you info, but in these text messages, you are absolutely encouraging to get this info.
No, he always has the info. I don't have to get it. He has it. He had Emmy. That's why I asked him for it. I knew he had it. He told me. I didn't.
But why do you want it?
Because I wanted her info.
For what reason?
Well, I didn't want her. I didn't want to know where she's from. I just wanted her name. That's all I wanted. I did ask for her. I was going to find her on Facebook one night. I didn't.
Okay, but Beneficent, if she didn't have a channel, then why did she think that she was burnt toast? That's what I'm confused. Hey, PR. I just got find out more about your serious opinion about it. This whole fee when I use my credit debit card and pay just wrong. Huh? I don't believe Alene called either. Emmy started a channel in February. She's been covering Betty the whole time. Doc's channel started in July. July of last year, July of this year. Peggy, everybody loves him. He's fine. B-Fam, I agree. Call you as your number, blah, blah. Yes, but I didn't call. It is called spoofing. The call does sound like a troll. July of 2022. Oh, so then that wasn't. So who would have doxed you?
I didn't ask for her state. Well, I knew she was from New York. I didn't ask where she lived. I just wanted her name. That's what I wanted.
Okay.
So
What was she going to do with her name?
I just said, find her on Facebook and Instagram. And I did find her on Instagram.
Okay.
She had no Facebook, but I found her on Instagram.
What were you going to do with her Instagram and Facebook?
Look at her pictures.
For what reason?
I don't know. Her pretty cats. She likes kitty cats. The hell?
Okay. You're full of shit as a Christmas turkey.
Oh, I don't care. What, Miss, I don't even know who you are. I don't really care.
You're nuttier than a fucking fruitcake.
Right, I know. Okay. And you're not?
No, not at all.
You sound like a nut, but I don't even know who you are.
I sound like a nut?
Yeah, I have no idea who you are, Miss.
You have simple questions. What were you weren't just going to look at her pictures.
Miss, I don't have to explain to you why I wanted it. I wanted it. Is
you
that okay?
have to explain to her.
No, not really. No, because actually in New York, you could go anywhere you want. I live in New Jersey.
Her name's Tracy. Her channel's The Truth. She was in here earlier.
Right next door. In fact, I was in New York. This is my 4th time in the last month. And Connecticut. Should I not go there neither?
Well, not when you put out a message that you're going to hunt them down.
Oh, well.
Was the independent thinker a recent mod for me? No, never. A member, not a mod.
She didn't know I was going to hunt her down.
Oh,
she didn't know
it's
that.
okay as long as nobody finds out. Well, we all know how that works out, right?
Yeah, we all know, right?
I don't understand what makes you think it's okay to dig into people's personal lives the way that
I don't dig into
and
people's
Blake
personal lives,
Screen
honey.
do.
I don't have time to do that. I just get the information. I don't dig into people's backgrounds. That I don't do, miss. Sorry. When I want that done, I go to Blank Screen and ask him, which I've done several times, and nobody on YouTube. So he gets the information. I don't have time. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. It costs money to do all that. I don't want to be bothered with that. It gives me a headache. So he does that work. He's the one that does all that stuff, not me. So when I need somebody's information, I just give it to him and he gets me the information.
Thinker, why is that person asking me if you were a mod or a recent mod? I didn't realize you were in here. Let me try this one more time. It's something is getting lost in translation. Back in September, the only person, and I'm going to say it a little slower, the only person that headline spoke about was Betty. So it's a logical conclusion that Betty is the one that doxed her, because we saw her do this to it's Queen Bee and other people.
Explain to you, and you're telling
Hold
me
on, let me finish. So the only person Lines did videos about was Betty. So if Blank Screen is against Betty, then why would anybody else other than Betty go after Headlines? And how would you get involved months ago if do you know what I'm saying? How did you get, if this happened months ago and the only person that Headlines was fucking with was Betty, why would you and Blank Screen get involved? That's what I'm not understanding.
I'm trying to explain to you. He wasn't, it wasn't that she was talking about him. We just said this earlier. I asked him months back, what was her information? Because she was pissing me off and I wanted to know her name.
Why do you say that, Chronicles? No, what people are talking about is that independent thinker talked shit about me in other chats and then bought a membership here. That's why.
and he gave me her information. I could tell. I think I sent that to you this morning.
Why you needed her information just because she was pissing you off?
I just wanted to know her name, her full name. But I got lucky. He gave me her full name, city and state. That was it. No address, no number, no street address, but like 29 First Avenue, whatever. None of that stuff. Just her full name and her city and state. That was it.
Okay.
He's not going after her. He wasn't going after her. Nobody said he was going after her.
Why did you need her information?
I wanted it.
Why?
I don't know, because I wanted it. I was nosy. That's
why. What did you plan on doing with it? Why?
Oh, nothing. Probably give it to Betty, maybe. I don't know.
November 27th, 2023 blank screen releases more texts between himself and Alene, revealing that Bullhorn Betty is offering money to Alene for YouTubers' personal information.
Now, again, this is fucked up. I can't wait to see Emmy's face when BHB Me and Bash, obviously, shows up at her school and home. Yep, she sure did. And guess what? I said no. BHB offered money to give up my info, meaning blank screen. Can we not care about that Betty was going to pay her to give blank screens info? Do you not think Betty was going to pay her for Emma's info? I don't know. Call me dumb, but if Betty's willing to pay for one, why wouldn't she be willing to pay for all? Kind of common sense here, if you ask me. Jersey said no. I mean, I once tried to get info about him from her, and she never gave it to me. And that was when she was still friends with QB, like back in Quentin Simon days. Tasha, I don't know, but I personally think she is. That's a personal opinion. And could I be wrong? Absolutely. But I kind of feel like she is.
He also accidentally shows Emmy's photos on screen that Alene had sent him. Morbid's interview with Bullhorn Betty has been removed for allowing her to dox Emmy.
Fantastic video by Chronicles of the Oblivious. Here is the link if you want to watch it yourself. And now I'm going to drop a link. If I know Stoner, you would ask me a bunch of times for that you wanted a link, and we never seem to be able to hook up. So there's a link. Because she wasn't mentioned on that channel until this summer. Do you accidentally do something like that, though? I don't know. She was definitely covering Betty. See, I don't follow all of it that much, so I really don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you guys follow a lot more than I do. And I don't like Betty, so I really don't watch her. I don't watch clip channels on her. I don't watch her. That's why I really don't know that much. Had Betty asked Alene, we don't know. Do I think she did? Yeah, I do. Do I think Betty was doing this for, do I think Alene was doing this for Betty the same way that she did it for QB? Yeah, I do. I don't know, Go Bulls. It depends who you ask, but I see a lot of people making excuses for burnt toast. Burnt toast. That I see many people making a lot of excuses for blank screen and then using Alene as a scapegoat. And that's fucked up. That's really fucked up. Well, Miss Lee, I put it up there accidentally, and mine was an accident. I wasn't even thinking. I was like, oh, he's showing it, so I'm showing it. So he could have done it by accident. I don't know. So many questions. Yeah, headlines. You sinner. You guys want to take a link? Be my guest. I totally agree, Tasha. He should absolutely not get a pass. Not at all. And too many people do give him a pass. He was on accident, but his was minutes long. That's true, too. Sinner, you know how long I want to take a link? Well, now I'm insulted. Who Knows originated from the BHB. Who Knows is an older channel. B-Tim believes I've been on your panel twice. Who cares what B-Tim thinks? Like, really, who gives a shit? Is it a problem if you've come on my panel? I don't get it. Are they going to X you because you came on my panel? I mean, give me a break. B-Tim is Heinz? Heinz ketchup? In the old DC, he would have been tossed out. Oh, yeah. No one would have dealt with him. Things have changed. There's a lot that's changed, Miss Lee. And it's disgusting. He is super judgmental. I heard he went like Egypt or something on me. I don't even know what that means, but that's what I was told. I peeked in Patreons. That's what they said. That he was all Egyptian, but I really don't even know what that means. Because she ain't DC, that's why. And we started that as a title. How many of these people came together to take Molly down? If someone was doing fuck shit with you, they do it to you. Yep. Well, if someone's doing fuck shit against you, can someone tell me what does that mean? It was something he was Egyptian, or I think my Patreons just don't want to tell me. Something about he was Egyptian. I would love to know what Alene said to Blank Screen to get. I don't think she said much. I think she just said, give me the info. Oh, he's trying to freeze you out. Oh, that's what it means? I don't know, because someone told me that he had said, I don't know, he was talking about me and the rest of the panel was like, nobody's talking about Laura. But I don't know what that means. Nobody should have respect for him. He should be iced out. But he gives info to people. So they want that info. Usurpation is what it was. Okay. Don't make me go Egyptian on you. Exactly. You have to stop saying someone's name. I think that's step one of freezing out. This channel unconnected to BHB and a former friend. But I was under the impression that it later did upload shit about BT and QB. So that couldn't be the case. He was frothing at the mouth. Oh, shit. Bye, Jenny. Love you. Peggy, I said the same thing. I think one of the things that's saving her now is burnt toast. I really do. If not for burnt toast, she wouldn't be saved. I don't know what YDTFF is. YouTube something. Okay, it's when someone on a monument, etc., did something wrong, they basically taken their name off and replace it. That's what Egyptian means? I shouldn't be on a monument. See, notice none of my Patreons are telling me either. I think they like laughing at me when I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Did I upload stuff about usurpation? I don't know what usurpation is. Don't be using all these big fancy words. I only have a college degree. Hey, Valley Cat. It's what I just said about. Oh, okay. I know what it means then. That's what they said about me, or that's what Egyptian is? Peggy, you don't want to know about Natasha. Believe me. Trust me on that one. I mean, she's funny. Don't get me wrong. Google says it means going off the grid. HH is confirming what Thinker is saying, that it was from 2022. It's an Egyptian thing they did forever ago. All right. Now I know. Denise, I tried listening tonight for like 10 minutes. I couldn't get past the stoned slurring. I can't do it. People can tell me I'm too loud all day long. I don't care. I'd rather be loud than slurring or high. She's not funny when she's doxing you. She's doxed me before. Okay, a while ago. But HH didn't say she was doxed and had her content on her since 2022. Why are we still fighting over this date? I don't get the big deal about the date. Channel was created in 22. The channel name is changed to my legal name sometime in the summer. I did that once. Hey, Vanessa. Oh, Amber, you just reminded me about that. I came up with a new theory. Anybody that has their name repeated over and over and over and over in their opening or their closing has serious narcissistic problems. Why would you want to hear your name over and over and over and over 100 times? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. And I noticed more and more creators in this community are doing it. Yeah, please don't. I can't think of anything more self-righteous than having to hear your name. Believe me, I can make a video 1,000,000 miles long that has my name over and over. My subs know where they're at. They don't want to hear my name over and over and over in an intro. I saw someone else just did it too. I was like, ew, stop. It's weird. Exactly. Say my name, bitch. Bless this mess. You know who I'm talking about? It's someone from OG Drama. I'm like, why? Just why? Fucking weird. Tiny Tip. No, not it. It's someone from OG Drama community. Almost like naming yourself Mommy or Queen. Good point. TM, you know who I'm talking about, right? Star in the Sky. Fucking weird. I want to know who Thinker is. I have a feeling I know. No, now you just threw me off. The person I think is Thinker wouldn't say that. Hold on. I just asked the person I thought it was. I said, are you Thinker? She said, am I thinking? I said, no, the screen name. I think Thinker's very intelligent. So I disagree with you, Sinner. All right. Does anyone want to take a link? If not, I'm going to shut down. It came out good. I just look like shit. I mean, my hair is done, but I have no makeup on and I'm tired. But it came out good. Sinner, I'm not QB. You're not going to be an asshole to me. I love you too, Mama Bear. I still haven't put all my clothes away from the trip. I've been like, go, go, go. I was at my salon today for like 5 hours. I got there at 1. I left at 4:30. All right, not 5 hours, 4 hours. I have to email QV to confirm. I would love to see it, put on a little makeup, and then start coming on camera more. I know, I will. It's just blown out straight. See? She just did color. What boyfriend? I am tired. No boyfriend. But no, I haven't heard from him. I know I'm a ghost. Thanks, Verika. Oh, that's why you want to see, because you're a hairdresser. Yep. I don't know why it keeps doing that. There you go. I won't move. I like it when you get all giggled up, makeup and lashes, and you're a smoke. I'm a smoke. It was a great scene. Yes, it was. TM, you just want me to do more drama. I like these lives. You keep doing them. You just like drama. Drama, 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 mama. When I look like Pam Anderson, now that's a compliment, Gina. I don't ever look like Pam Anderson, but thank you. It is more of an ash tone. She didn't do it right last time before I went away. So she told me, come back when you get back. And I was going to go yesterday, but I had to go to the doctor. Tomorrow I got to make my appointments for pre-surgery stuff. Oh, I know that, sinner. At least you can have a conversation over here instead of whatever that sloppy habit's up to. Yeah, you can have a conversation. I did go on a date a while back. I mean, I still talk to him, but not really. He'll call me, say how I'm feeling. Ah, thanks, Mama Bear. Exactly, Peggy. Thank you. It was too light before, you think? Why is BK missed? Way to go. I agree, Mama Bear. Where'd BK go? See, Peggy, the thing is too, and I've said this multiple times, and for some reason, people do not realize this. I will be around much longer, and I built a community. I don't have fly-by-nights. I don't have, I'm not built on hate. Of course, people come and go, obviously, but I built a strong community here. We're not going anywhere. That's the difference. I'm not crumbling. Thanks, Katie. Where have you been? I haven't seen you. But that's why I don't, I've been around forever. I'm not going anywhere. Unless I get kicked off, but then I'll go somewhere else. Hey, I got a question for you guys, by the way. Because sometimes, getting a different perspective works. If you had somebody who's 18 who was kind of slow, but never diagnosed with anything, but she was kind of slow, never really had any friends, never really had any boyfriends, is not doing well at school, at college, but she always had a learning disability and has no direction in life. What would you recommend for her to find a job? What avenues? And she doesn't want to work with kids. She hates kids. What would you suggest a field for her? I never thought of trade school. Yeah, she doesn't have a personality for YouTube. No, she couldn't be a stripper. It's kind of heavy. Life skills program. That's not bad. But what trade school? Medical bill. I never thought of that. Billing and coding. She's not really into computers. She doesn't want to be a hairdresser. But I never thought that's a good one. Medical billing and coding. She's not good at math, though. I asked tonight. Librarian, you still need a degree, though. A union? Nah, she doesn't have good people skills. Cooking's not bad. I never thought of that. Become a chef. Animal shelters, that one's good, too. I had to write these down. Well, that's what I do. I suck at math. Front desk receptionist. I don't think she wants to do that. Certified eating math skills, but animal shelter, that's a good idea. But can you make a career out of it? She works at McDonald's currently. Animal groomer, that's good. Huh, I gotta write all these down. Because I was talking to a friend about it tonight. It's her daughter. And I'm like trying to come up with all these different jobs, and I couldn't think of anything. Where the fuck is my pen? How am I sitting at a desk with all these damn drawers and I can't find a fucking pen? Why do I not have a pen here? All right, let me type it. Hold on. All right. All right, so I left myself notes about everything I was going to go over tonight. It looks like I covered everything. All right, she doesn't want to work with children or elderly. That I know. Dog walker, you won't make a living, though. Dog groomer. Animal shelter. She doesn't want to work at a hospital. She's not really hostess material. Do you need a degree for a vet tech? I know she likes animals. Yeah, I don't think she wants to clean. We're talking careers, not just a job. I don't know if she likes outside work. Project manager, I think she would get overwhelmed. So, you know, this could be a career. Okay. Thanks, Rack Jim. So you're like Tiffany. You like this stuff. Yeah, but if she's not, she doesn't have that type of personality, sweet one. I like the animal thing. Anything with animals. Could be a truck driver. But I don't know if her parents would let her. She has a learning disorder. We know she does. Yeah, but a dog walker, you can't really make money. It's not really a career. That's what I'm saying. Work for a vet. Would she go in sanitary? I don't know. I mean, not sound racist, but everyone, all the sanitation here are all Mexican. I'm not trying to be racist, but she was going to do beauty school and then changed her mind. Now she's in college. Social media influencer, you still need school though. You'd still need to learn it. Gas station, I can't see her managing though. Printing commercial art? Don't you need a degree? Yeah, I wrote UPS store. Should go to recruiting firm, see what's available. Due to disability is the best option. They get a placement and an animal rescue. I mean, she's a really sweet girl. You can make a lot of money dog walking certain places. She's here. She lives here. Could she get BHB to sue her? Her parents got big money. Amazon. I think mom's trying to get her out of the house, though. Data entry. That's a good one. See, I knew you guys would be smart. Yeah, I don't think she would get the job at the post office. Peggy, her mom told me she did that tonight because I said the same thing. And everything that she came good for, she was like, she didn't really like. So she's going for a job, an interview, or hoping she gets an interview at a assembly line place, Toyota. And she thinks that would be good for her. So she's trying to get in there. Amazon. We have an Amazon warehouse here too. And she does drive. Aptitude testing. See where interests are. They did. Hey, Fayette. Long time no see. Yeah, she doesn't want to be a hairstylist. I don't think we have a GM plan. We have a Toyota, and it's big. I said, after all this cancer, I may go get a job there. Toyota starts here at 24. Sage's boyfriend is going to get a job. Mail carrier, that's a good one. Amazon 6 interviews. See, we looked at that, the hotel or hospitality. I don't know how great she would be at hospitality. She was never diagnosed with anything, but she comes across like she's slow, if that makes sense. But she was never officially diagnosed except with a learning disability. Yeah, social skills are not good. Toyota's team-oriented. Battery plant, Ohio makes over 100 grand a year. Sounds good to me. Gas companies, they have call center. Yeah, I can't see her being on a phone all the time either, though. No, I mean like with autism or, anything like that. She's never been diagnosed. USPS starts 22. That's a hard job, though. I got denied for the post office 3 times. And I have a sparkling personality. I mean, this was years ago. But I was denied from Postal Service. I was like, I want to be a mailman. Be prepared to break up. No, I think she would be good. Public storage, nah. You did too? Yeah, the test sucked. They have had her tested. They've had her tested multiple times. They had her tested when we lived in Florida. They had her tested when they moved here. They've had her tested multiple times. And all they said was it was a learning disability. She doesn't want to do waitressing or bartending. And that's why mom doesn't want to work in front of the house. No, she hasn't. That's what I said. Publix, Walmart. But I said that. I was like, Publix to Kroger's, that's a good career. Start off, one as a cashier. You could work your way totally up. That's what I'm saying. She was, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know exactly what the learning disability is. Need to get a job at the cancer center as a counselor. You could really make a difference because you're positive and calm approach. That's true too. They may want a master's though. I only have a bachelor's, but I know what you mean. Maybe I should do that. My cousin managed a Waffle House. He makes really good money because he worked his way up, right? Because that's what I told her tonight. I said, if she got a job at Publix, Kroger's, start as a cashier. Before you know it, you work your way up. You're making $100,000 a year. That's a good idea. Monica, remind me when I'm all done. Maybe I will look into that. I could. I definitely could. I mean, I have a degree in psychology. I've just never done it. But yeah, I think she would be good with animals. That's like a great idea. Yeah, but teachers, you need college. What's so important? A hairstyle or any job is good teachers. True. Yeah, she doesn't want to work with children. Thank you, Celine. Because if you don't get taught right, it takes much longer to understand. That is true. You have a learning disability. Okay, just become a hairstylist. Okie dokie. It doesn't work like that's true. It used to be that simple, though. See? Line cook 6 months. But I like that. I'm going to tell that. What about a chef? Thank you, Peggy. I'm kind of logical. Sometimes. I get irate. I'm definitely more logical when it's not about me. I get more irate when it's about me. Logic seems to go out the window. Yeah, but she's only 18. She's got plenty of time. We don't want to do things, but we do to survive. Well, that's me. That's why after I get my new boobies, I'm going to go back to stripping. No, I'm totally kidding. Can you imagine a 52-year-old stripper? We'll take a job at, yeah, but she's young. She's got time. Mom and dad still pay her bills. Prior degree in a lot of states, pays pretty good. Not around here. I went to buy though. I slept for 8 years. But I got my own classroom. It's very different. I get carried away with my opinions. Me too, Peggy. Me too. She is, see, that's the thing. She likes, I was just talked with this about with her mom tonight. She likes artsy stuff, but she's not really good at art. Bakery, that's true too. She does cook. Well, I wrote akery. Chef. Line cook. I mean, she's a really sweet kid. Almost too sweet for the real world kind of thing. Bam, I'm going to send this list over to her mom. Unless she's craving it. Culinary arts is it is a tough world. That's true. Florist shop, catering. Scammer. I don't think she'd be a really good scammer. So she's like, yes, Crystal. Sweet as pie. Being a chef is hard, but it's fun. It's creative. My nephew wants to be a chef. She doesn't want to be in school. That's what Mom was telling me tonight. She can't do it. She's not really a salesperson. Her mom is a big salesperson. So is her dad. Like they own their own business. Mom's also selling cars for the last 2 years and doing really well. Too bad she can't get Sage a car. I was AB plus student, so I went to any university, but I wasn't art individuals. To me, I was in love with Vital Sassoon. I did it. I'll include makeup, special effects. Can't do nails without a degree anymore, without a cosmetology license. She doesn't seem like her mom did real estate years ago. She's not really a real estate person. I love that place. Edible Arrangements, love it. We have one here locally, and every time I go in there, I'm like, do you have any like chocolate dipped pineapple? They never have any. All they have is chocolate strawberries, like, you know, to grab and go. Spa's not a bad idea. We don't have a sewing factory. Car detail, that's not bad either. Car wash, but that's not really a career. I don't think we have a sewing factory. Spa is not bad. Dirty and dangerous. Her friend saved up a 360 camera, and now she makes tons of money renting it out to events. No shit. Yeah, but I put florist on the list. She's not really a massage therapist. Of an airplane, she's lazy. She works at a spa and does great. It is when someone trusts you to clean their car, $50K a year. Well, yeah. Hey, I sent you a surprise. You did? Is it chocolate covered pineapple? Thank you. Thank you, Mama Bear. I like surprises. All right, I'll put it on the list. Car wash. What's a 360-degree camera? It's okay, Mama Bear. Every bit helps. I'm still trying to make up for the 900, which were about half. Well, my friend's daughter, I was taught one of my best friends from Florida moved here like 2 years ago, or maybe 3 years ago now, and they bought a house and they like it here. I don't see her enough, but they like it here. And she has twins. And that's how I met her. Our kids went to school together in Florida. But she was telling me tonight, I said, you know, how are the kids doing at college? Because hers are local. And she was telling me that her daughter really, she's not making it. She's not cutting it. So they were trying to find different careers. Photography is a good idea. And she's like, I just want her to be happy. And there's nothing seems to be working. They should buy her a laundry mat or vending machines. That's good money. There's a lot of laundromats around here too. 60 a car, 4 cars a day is all right. I'm gonna get a new job. I'm gonna start car washing. 60 a car, 4 cars a day is $1,200 per week, $4,800 per month. Camera spin around a podium people stand on, and it takes pictures, videos. The end result's super cute. All right. Oh, believe me, Mama Bear, I get it. Oh, let me ask you guys a question. Why there's still 300 people in here, and be honest, okay? I don't know if it's like this in every state. I'm assuming it is. Be honest. Every time you go anywhere nowadays, they want a tip. You go to not McDonald's, but you go to a Chinese place, they want a tip. And I don't mean when you sit down. You go to anywhere, you go get coffee, they want a tip. Do you guys tip every single place that asks? I just want to know if I'm an asshole or not. No, we don't have horse day. I mean, I'm sure there are somewhere. You tip everywhere, sweet one? Most of the time you do. Hey, coffee. If they have no, like you go to Starbucks and you go to pay. Her Annie, her aunt is a cake decorator. How about cheap little trailer? No, I don't tip for every little thing. I tip, but I don't go out that much. I'm a homebody. Game washer, okay. Yes, including us Mexicans tip. No, we're not talking restaurants. I got pet grooming on there. I'm not talking about, you sit down at a restaurant. I'm saying you go to the coffee place, you go to Starbucks and you walk in, or you're in your car and they want money. They say, do you want to tip me? Or I ran into it like 7 times today. I got coffee, they wanted a tip. I went somewhere else, they wanted a tip. When I went to pick up dinner at the Chinese place, they wanted a tip. So I'm just wondering if I'm the only person that doesn't fucking tip every single place I go. Because I think they jack up the prices to begin with. Why am I going to tip everywhere? I was like, today I would be out like $7. Subway asks for tips. I refuse to. That's what I'm saying. Coffee, that is my attitude too. Like, that's what you get paid for. You get paid to serve me. You're not helping me. Like, I'm fucking coming up to the counter. I'm waiting for the food. I'm paying you at the counter. I'm not talking about when you sit down at a restaurant or anything like that. I don't mean like that. Resale job. And I don't know if she would like that. I do tip everywhere, including gold. See, you're the perfect customer. No, these people make like $10, $15 an hour. Oh, no, the ones around here, every time you go to pay, tip, tip, tip. Most of these big companies that pay minimum wage or close to minimum wage have been reporting record profits. See? Yeah, Starbucks, any coffee place, any not restaurant, like the mini mall places, you walk in. I can't say, thank you. It seemed to happen during COVID. Exactly. Yeah, if I sit down at a restaurant and you're waiting on me, of course I'm going to give you a big tip. My daughter's a waitress, so I am totally okay with that. But it seems like everybody wants a fucking tip. And I'm like, am I an asshole for not tipping everybody? But I'm coming to you. You're not doing anything except your job. You're not waiting on me. You're not doing anything extra. I'm fucking coming in, going to the counter, getting my stuff and going home. You don't even have to clean up after me. No, I'm not fucking tipping you. So I just want to know if I was the asshole. But I'm glad other people feel like that. Yeah, the bagger, something like that. That's different because they're actually doing something. Or if I know that somebody works on tips, like a waitress. Waitresses here make jack squat. So I will totally tip a waitress. And I'm a good tipper. I'm like 25% all the time. As long as you're good. My hairdresser, I'm 25%. Like I have no problem tipping for a service. But I walk into Starbucks to get a coffee. Why the fuck am I tipping you? I will when they start paying self-checkers. Okay. Rounding up, I don't mind. I will round up. I had one that my bill was like, I think it was like 1903. And she's like, do you want to round it up? I'm like, no, that's okay. I'll give you the 3 cents. Car wash, but they should be tipped because they're, clean your car and stuff. I think because they're trained to make the coffee kind of like a bartender. No, but that's what they get paid for. Okay, that I can see. I don't eat Sonic, but you're right. They do bring it out to you. That I can see. But I just felt like every place I went today was asking for a tip. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And you feel bad, but I'm sorry if I tipped everywhere I went. Well, there you go, Fayette. These aren't regular places. Like my nail girl, I tip, obviously. Hotels you tip. It just seemed like today everybody wanted a freaking tip. Make your coffee. It's not as easy to Archie's make minimum wage like waitresses. No, Starbucks doesn't make minimum wage. Tip is don't play in the dirt. I don't tip like I do sit down. Exactly. I think the worst one was a self-service place. Get your own stuff. But that's audacity. That's what I'm saying. We talk about another money scam. Gift wrap and bows. Yeah, gift wrap is expensive. I feel that it's very strange. You are correct. It doesn't make sense at all. If you want to tip, that's nice. You can tip, but tip absolutely tip your hairstylist, your waitress, your waiter. Absolutely, 100%. You understand, but if you don't, you don't. Peace out. Yeah, like I would never not tip someone that's doing a service outside of their regular job. You know what I mean? Like my hairdresser, my waitress. Like my hairdresser she deserves a tip. My nail girl. I'm not going to tip the gas station guy. You know what I mean? Some people spend a small fortune on gift wrapping. That is true. I do that, though. I make sure on the Christmas gifts, I always have bows. Why? They just rip them off. What's the point? Same reason. I'll tell you, Squirrel, it's the same reason people have extravagant birthday parties for their 1-year-old. Every single mother has had an extravagant 1-year birthday party. Why? The kid doesn't know any different. You're not doing it for the child. You're doing it for the other adults. It's not for the kid. That's another scam. 1-year birthday parties. Bellhop, you should always tip. Valet tip. Anyone that works on tips, you should tip well. There was a guy in Florida. We were in Florida. Here's an example. We went out to eat. Went to a Mexican restaurant. And there was a guy walking around. I think I have the video. There was a guy walking around serenading tables. So I called him over to serenade Sage and her boyfriend. So of course I'm going to tip the guy. So I gave him $5. So my mom's like, are you insane? You only had to give him like $2. I'm like, Ma, he works on tips. I'll give him $5. I don't care. I'm sure people give him 20. But, someone like that, if I'm calling you over to do a service and I know you work on tips, I'll throw you $5, do a half a song. So, something like that, I have no problem tipping. But I just hate I'm doing all the work and you're asking me for tips. For what? And I don't want to be an asshole about it, but I'm sorry. I go to my boba place to get a boba tea. And they want a tip. I mean, they might tip because they always give me extra boba. But I want a tip. They want a tip. So, I don't know. It just seems like lately, everywhere I go, they're asking for tips. You make your own bows out of excess wrapping paper. Oh, that's cute. That's great. They deserve the extra money. I agree. I'm sure $5 was nothing, but I gave it to him. I still curl my ribbon and add a color coordinated bow. There you go. You get homeless people. I tip 15% where I shop. I help strangers. I donate. Some people think I'm a sucker. If I can't afford to tip, I can't afford to eat out. I kind of agree with that too. You never tried boba tea? You either love it or you hate it. It's one of those things. You either love it or hate it. I like it. I'm a big boba fan. 18-year-old asked me for a tip after bringing me 2 to 3 small items at Walmart pickup. No shit. Yeah, it wasn't even a whole song. It was like 3/4 of a song. But I told him, I was like, I got to find my money. Hold on, hold on. But I'm sure a lot of people don't tip them. Like my mom was like, only give him $1 or $2. No, I'm going to give him $5. He was good. Service sucks. I don't tip. It really depends on service. Service like at a restaurant? Yeah, I won't tip at Target or Walmart pickup either. Why would I? I'm walking in and picking it up. I don't use DoorDash. I think Sweet One, I'm right there with you. I'll take the drive and drive 5 minutes. Totally agree with you. Yeah, I've never had anyone ask me for a tip either. But I usually go in and pick it up. He pretty much said it's getting ridiculous. Musk's tweet defense, tipping fatigue, tipping getting out of control. Many consumers say it is because it's everywhere you go. Like, I don't mind the money jar or whatever. Yeah. And let me tell you, some restaurants don't even realize how much more expensive DoorDash is. I was ordering, I think, Chinese food. And I was looking on DoorDash and I told the kids, I was like, you know what, guys, Sage, come with me. We'll just go there and pick it up. Prices were like $3 cheaper. No joke. I was like, do you guys realize that if you order online, it's like $3 to $5 more per item? They were like, it is? I said, yeah, you may want to look into this. See, Instacart's different though. But yeah, I couldn't believe how much of a difference. It was literally like $3 to $5. I think it was either Mexican or Chinese, but it was way different in price. I was like, oh, hell no. And then you have the driver fee on top of it. Hey, Tony. Driving anxiety is not good. 3 jobs, same time, full-time days in administration, part-time evenings for lottery corporation, and weekends in a variety store. Oh, hell no. Bought several Christmas ornaments the other day and paid for them to be custom with I'd done those. I did those a couple of years in a row. The girl writing her names was expecting a tips. Yes. Yes, educated. I know exactly what you're talking about. They do want a tip on top of it. You're right. Yes, delivery is different, Al. Someone delivers, I always, tip them because they work on tips. But the host, not the host, when you go to coffee place, they're not tipping. I mean, they're not expected. You're a cashier. Oh, that's insane. I do Uber Eats, pay $10 a month. My credit card gives me a credit for it. Then at least once a month, I get 40% off, up to $20, and always free delivery. See, that's not bad. Yeah, if someone asked me for a tip, I'd be like, that's a hard no. But if I literally gave tips, because I used to give tips, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, why? This is why this company is paying them. Why am I paying them? And we don't even know if they get all of it. Do they all split it? What if some dude is smoking cigarettes all day in the back? Is my tip splitting with that? You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, no. Let companies fucking pay them. See, sweet one, that's why I'm glad that I haven't needed to do that. That was the whole reason I left a good paying job to begin with. And I forgot who, oh, it was Morbid actually, that was doing a live about that. He was doing a live and he was saying, you know, something about leaving good paying jobs for your kids. I think it was Morbid. But somebody was going to discuss, and I was like, oh man, I should jump up. Nah, it couldn't have been Morbid. I forgot who it was, because that was me. I left a really good job to raise my kids and work from home because I didn't want to pay for daycare anymore. It wasn't worth it. Also, when you tip, always tip with cash. Yes, I do tip with cash. Sage's old restaurant took 4% off their tips. Yeah, speaking of tips, the best nation in the world is a donation. We forgot to say, I used to say that a lot, and then I forgot. Then I stopped saying it. I should make an audio of it. I was one of the 2 people that spoke enough of both languages. That's good. Some place to make tip the house. Yeah, Sage's old restaurant was 4% of their tips. I try to do my nail girl in cash too, even though she's the owner. Oh, my parents and babysitters. I quit all my jobs when I was 14 after my accident. Oh, you are lucky to be here. I did. I left a really good career and job for my kid. I was tired of paying $600 a week for daycare and aftercare. It was so dumb. 3 kids are expensive. All, you know, generally the same age. And I haven't regretted it. I mean, I never missed anything. They must think you're loaded for some reason. Who, my children? Nah, they don't, I'm not loaded. Tipped out the food around at 30 a night. You can make a lot of money in a restaurant if you're in the right restaurant. Like Ruth Chris's waiters, they don't leave. They make 6 figures. If you had a hard time, I would take some of the money, buy some rolls and sausage, and go to my local builder's market and sell. Yeah, my girlfriend, that the one that I was asking you guys about her daughter, she's gonna help me get into stores. And then I got diagnosed with breast cancer, and I told her once all this is done, radiation is done, we're gonna do it. Quit teaching, and I had my second daughter. My husband has traveled, so we decided it was best for me to come home, homeschool girls, and now we travel to see. I did that with my ex when the kids were little. Oh, it was ridiculous, Snoopy, and this is going back to 2013. It was just too much. Every Friday I got paid, and I had to pay daycare. It was like, I think it was $630 for 3 kids. Yeah, her old job, they took 4%. She still made great money, though. I don't think she's doing so well at this new place. Crystal needs a vacation. She's going on vacation. That's more than a lot of people even. Exactly. It was crazy. And it plus almost $2,000 a month rent back then. It was like $1,800 for a 2-bedroom. Welcome to South Florida. It was crazy. I mean, it kept you motivated. I didn't have the luxury of, let me take a day off. But the good thing was my boss let me take the kids in when they were sick. That's how much he wanted us there. But first time I ever called in, I said, look, my son is really sick. He's like, does he have a fever? I said, a low one. He's like, do you want to bring him in? I said, you sure? He's like, yeah, I'd rather have you here. I said, okay. So the kids would come there and they'd hang out in the office, and he gave them a little desk. It was fun. They liked it. We want to go with mommy to work. $130 for daycare over here. I'm telling you, it was $630 for 3 kids. From morning care, which was like 7, I think it was 7 to 8:15. I had to be at school. And then aftercare from school till I got out at like 6:30. I was on late last night. It was crazy. $130 a week? Well, we provide, yeah, they did provide transportation. Kept enough kids where we didn't have to be watched by the state and charged $75. That's good. Now they provided meals. It was $200 a kid. Or like $205 a kid, which really wasn't bad. Morning, afternoon, transportation, meals. It really wasn't bad. My last job was 4% of our sales, not our tips. So there was no such thing as keeping the cash tips. No, they got to keep their cash tips. Sage got to keep her cash tips, but nothing on credit. When you really think about it, panic attack, here we come. I agree. Sage is going through that now. She's having trouble with a car, and she thinks she's going to be able to get a new car. And I talked to her about interest rates, and she got a big reality check. Hey, Tanya, big reality check. I told her, I said, you know, all good as well until you add in interest rates. Even with me as a co-signer, you're looking at more than you can afford. Welcome to the real world. All right, I'm going to get off, though. I have some candles to make and finish my dinner because I'm hungry. And I don't want to get off too late because then I won't get sleep. But I will see you beautiful people tomorrow. Thank you guys for the PayPals, Cash Apps, and my 1 super chat. But I will see you beautiful people tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful night. Sleep good. Stay out of trouble. And the real world sucks. I agree. I want to be a kid again, too, with no bills and say, Mommy, I need this. I'm right there with you, Christy. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Mods, you did an awesome job. Thank you. Subs, you're amazing. Welcome, new people. And I will see you guys later. Peace.